There's Kevin.
That was a
and Jerry,
fancy intro. Figowski kind of intro.
Jerry has no balls.
Jerry has no balls. That's a bet.
Jerry has no balls. But anyway.
You know who my pal is.
You know, I think you're like
infatuated.
That's the word. I think you're completely and totally in loves with the Surgeon General.
More than Demetrius, you mean? Come on, think about
more
it.
Than you love Demetrius.
But I did ask him if he wanted to come on tonight. If he wouldn't let me win the bet, at least he could come on here so I could have him as a booby prize. But he didn't answer.
I don't think he has any boobies anymore. He's lost all that weight. I'd have to ask Phil because Phil's actually seen him in his underwear and with no shirt on. So
no, I mean the Surgeon General.
Oh, but hey, before
Hello,
we get
ladies.
too far in, there's all these people here. There's a Shannon and Shar and Leanna, and there's other people. I think the Florida people, Emily. Look at this. All right now, everybody that's commented in the chat room are the lovely ladies.
Thank you,
of
ladies.
Smoke Free Radio.
We don't need no stinking guys in here anyway.
Well, I don't know. You seem to be following a lot of guys, but you know.
Except Bruni. Where's Bruni?
Did you actually tag Bruni? Because if you didn't, then he won't remember.
Yeah, I did.
You know, Shar actually posted on Facebook and tagged me. She was like, "Oh my God, it's Friday! I forgot that it's Smoke Free Radio night, and Patrick will be on." And she tagged me when she, you know, and I actually went and threw the link to the video in her little Facebook thread. Because you know tonight, last week we hoisted the pirate flag, and we are all vaping scallywags from now on. Like we are going balls to the wall. We're going to be, opening all the cannon ports, and we are going to be opening a lot of cans of whip ass, right?
Yep. So, and a fresh coil is always a good idea.
I actually rebuilt the Aries 2 that Phil sent me to test out, and one of my old classic K funds for tonight's show. So I have my vapes ready. I have my green e-liquid, which it actually doesn't look so green right now, but in the bottle it looks really green. Sometimes when I look, I'm holding it up and it's invisible.
It looks
it's so green. The green screen actually it
looks kind of transparent blue.
Well, that's because the galaxy's behind me and the green screen. I got space behind me. I'm in a spaceship right now. But
and I guess I'm old school, E-Leaf, whatever, and iStick 30 and a Nautilus Aspire tank with what happens to be a smooth blend today.
Oh, you got the feels good vapor tobacco going on tonight, but
it's really good, and I wouldn't say it if it wasn't because fuck Fig. And
yeah, he's not here, so fuck him. Yeah.
We don't care. But I wouldn't say if it wasn't, and it's really, really, really good when you have a fresh coil. What'd she say? I see a door. Char sees a door.
Char, well, in the windows of the door,
yeah.
There's space on the other side of the door. See?
So what's going on, Patrick?
Well, we got a lot of scallywag. We got a lot of for tonight. We are at the helm of the pirate ship Son of Liberty, and we are going to be giving the other scallywags a lot of orders tonight. A lot of marching orders. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to commandeer some things this weekend. So. Yeah. For a lot of you that don't know, I mean, tonight's show is called World Vape Day, right? World Vape Day.
World Vape Day.
And that is tomorrow, our time. I think it's already started in Europe because, they're not on the same day as we. And there's a lot of shit that's going to happen over the next 2 days. And we are going to be delving in to what it is that we need you to, what it is that you need to do. And where it is that you need to do it. I shouldn't be telling people where to do it, but
I like delving.
You like delving? Commandeer. That's my word for the night because we've commandeered some stuff before. We actually own a couple commandeered hashtags, and we're going to be commandeering more hashtags.
What was
tomorrow and the day after?
Still blowing smoke, not blowing smoke.
Not blowing smoke, still blowing smoke. The vaping truth.
Vaping truth.
We destroyed. We
quit lying.
We went in dry and stole that one for sure.
We've owned way more than they can come up with. Way more with science, actually, too.
So I know that
not so much, but.
I know that like everybody that watches the Facebook videos and the YouTube videos and stuff, they've already heard some of this. But who better to talk about a Twitter commandeering, a Twitter assault than one of the all-time best bots ever?
Is Demetrius coming on? Don't scare me like that.
You say his name and he'll show up. He does that.
I'd have worn a tie for Christ's sake. If you'd have
put some lipstick on,
at least a little gloss. Hashtags are searchable, shareable, and commandeerable.
They are not nailed down. I'll tell you.
They are not nailed down. So
we will steal shit.
Yeah, we will steal it as if it were our own and thought of it.
And we will completely divert the mission of the original.
Obliterate.
So anywho, I got a tab. I got a document here with all these tabs on it and stuff and all these links. So yes, let's go ahead and get into the nuts and bolts of this doohickey that we're talking about. This World Vape Day.
Which has been around a while.
Yes, this is not the first time. It's much bigger. It's Vic. It's much bigger in other places. Like it's been rubbed in other places, but here we really haven't taken as good advantage of the of the World Vape Day before. But let's see. Let's go ahead. Our very good friend of Smoke Free Radio and Son of Liberty Radio, and one of your favorite writers on the vape stuff, Jim McDonald, did a piece on Vaping 360 about this World Vape Day. And it also goes with the theme of our piracy and Buccaneers and Scallywag thing that we're taking on right now. So here, it's on screen right now. It says all hands on deck. Tomorrow is World Vape Day. And there's Jim McDonald. He's been on the show before. just recently, like maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And we're gonna scroll down here. Obviously, there's these little social media tabs right here. So this one is the Facebooks, and this one is the Twitters, and this one is LinkedIn. And I think this is just to make a comment on the piece on the site. But anyway, we're going to go through this Twitter thing in a minute. But so it says here, Saturday, May 30th is World Vape Day. It is a day of recognition for the technology that has helped millions of people stay off combustible tobacco, and a celebration of the people who fight for smokers to have access to these life-saving products. It's also intended to raise awareness about the relative safety of vaping and convince smokers to try tobacco harm reduction with a vape. So you're following me, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
You're keeping up? Yeah. So World Vape Day happens a day before the WHO's World No Tobacco Day, the International Tobacco Control event on May 31st that used to be focused on educating the public about the harms of smoking, but has become a festival of opposition to the low-risk nicotine products like vapes that challenge the dominance of cigarettes. So World Vape Day is a direct response to the ongoing assault that World Health Organization, all their little pissant followers, and the Bloombergs and all those people have year after year used that day over the last decade to assault us, to assault vaping, to basically dissuade smokers from stopping smoking with our product, because obviously the quit or die has actually turned into quit like we want you to, or we will watch you die.
Yep. Meatballs.
Hey, I told you if you said his name, Demetrius would show up in the chat room. And
sorry.
He did. And I did not in any way, shape, or form ask him to just come in and do that. You've seen I haven't been typing on the keyboard or anything.
I just caught it because that's what I was doing while I was ignoring you.
Oh, well. So
I was putting Jim's Twitter on there.
So a group of international advocates has gotten together and built probably the most cohesive and organized World Vape Day that I remember.
Okay.
There's a website, and I actually need to open that link now.
Yep.
Dooby-dooby-doo. Slow computer today. Here we go. Now, let's go ahead and share that on the screen. So this is the website. And this, I think, is from the, if you can see back here, there's a sign that looks just like the one that you got at the rally. That looks like the DC rally.
Yeah.
So we scrolls. Now this is a very simple website to navigate. It has a lot of like helpful stuff. So obviously the about, who, what, and stuff the about is. But there's a really cool tab right here. It says participate.
That's a good idea.
We like to participate, right? So let's scroll down though. Dr. F has got a quote right here. It says, "You should fight for your lives and for your health. It is absolutely irresponsible and dangerous behavior to ban e-cigarettes." That man is probably one of the smartest people I've ever watched, because I've never met him in real life. I have been on a live stream with him before, but that was a while back. But yeah, so there's all this information on here for you guys to take advantage of, because there's information that you're going to need, because this whole thing hinges on the Twitter stuff. And we're going to, Kevin, obviously you're a bot, so you know all about the Twitter stuff.
Yeah, well.
So there's lots of information on here. It says half of all those who smoke will die prematurely from a smoking related disease. So we've used that fact before. We say 50% of the people that use the technology or use a cigarette as intended by the manufacturer will die because they used the product the way the manufacturer told them to. Over 6 million people die from smoking-related disease every year. So that's the international number. Obviously, we know 480,000 or so Americans die every year. More people will die from smoking cigarettes than from malaria, HIV, tuberculosis combined. 1 billion people will have died from a smoking-related disease by the end of the century, according to the WHO. Who?
Yeah, who?
Who? And $1 trillion is the annual global cost of smoking-related diseases estimated by the WHO. Again, who? So yeah, there's all these facts are important, and they're going to be relevant because tomorrow, which is the actual first day, which is World Vape Day, we're going to ask, and we're asking everybody in the chat room, please, 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 if you're not already on Twitter, you need to go get on Twitter right now.
Oh my God, get on Twitter.
Demetrius,
get on Twitter.
Demetrius is standing by because on his live stream the other day, I think it was yesterday, he said if anybody needs help learning how to use Twitter, that he will teach them.
I will. He will.
So now there's two of you. So we have two Twitter, what's the word I'm looking for? Twitter teachers. You can be the Twitter teachers, Twitter gurus, tutors, Twitter tutors, to help the people that don't know how to use Twitter.
I'm sorry. It's like I'm in fourth grade because Jerry has no balls is a new hashtag.
It could be. It could be. But yeah, so there's all this information just on the front page of this website. And you got to realize somebody actually had to do this, and I guarantee you it wasn't for money. And it looks really good. Like they did a really good job. These are all the people on screen right now. All these organizations are the ones that are participating in this event. And this is literally like anybody that's fighting for vaping all over the world. So INCO, which is a global consumer organization, CAFRA, which is Asia Pacific, CASA, not CASA, CASA, which is Africa, ARTA, which is Latin America, Ibero-America. And we showed some videos from the Vita guys, where they were talking to those guys.
When you scroll back up.
Oh, I already clicked view all. Now you got to wait.
Oh, well, that's all right. And then if you're looking for the information on the site at the top, and you click on information, and you're new at Twitter, for instance, you can go to Demetrius' Twitter, which I'll link in a second, or he will before I get to it. And you can word it like he did. You can word it like I do. You can word it like somebody else. If you look for the World Vape Day hashtag and you see something that you can relate to, if it's a health related issue personally, or if you want to go in here, grab some information, 480,000 or whatever the thing is that you appreciate yourself, make it personal, tag your local representative and use that hashtag. We're taking the hashtag. They gave it to us.
Well,
why not?
And we'll discuss, we'll get more specific about that. So about content, because that's going to be something that that's important. But okay, so back to who's involved. All of these organizations, not all of them, like Tunisia right here, does not have a Twitter right now. But for example, Akvoda, which is the Netherlands. So if you click on the Twitter icon here, this is so sweet because all you have to do, see, I haven't followed this one just for the purposes of this demonstration. If you go to follow and then you hit the little bell, tomorrow, anytime Akvoda tweets, you're going to get an alert on your Twitter. And even if you don't know what it is they said, it's going to have the hashtag on it.
And it has a translate.
And well, yeah, but even if it doesn't, this is literally the marching orders. Follow all these damn groups, and they're going to probably be tweeting. I mean, obviously, they're retweeting everybody's tweets. So they retweeted INCO's. So I'm going to go and I'm going to retweet. I'm going to like and retweet
and
the INCO.
If you do nothing else and don't even create your own tweet, that makes me happy.
Yeah, you literally, this is all this is the bare minimum. This is what you need to be doing. So I already did this one earlier. I already hearted and retweeted that one. Nigeria, I hearted and retweeted that one. Ethra, so let's heart and retweet that one. I mean, literally every time you retweet it, if it has the hashtags, so this one has say yes to THR. That's one of the hashtags that we'll talk about later. That gets added to the kitty. That gets added to the count. And that's what we're trying to do. The only way to make something go viral is there's a computer algorithm that counts the number of times that these hashtags get used.
Yeah.
And we want these when somebody, we've showed you multiple times the how to search on Twitter. So let's go over here and we're going to do hashtag World Vape Day, right?
Yep.
There, it's right there. So what we're trying to do is when we click on hashtag World Vape Day, this is the top tweets, right?
Oh,
There's the top tweets. There's Figster. So
those are the ones with the most retweets or views.
Right. And one of the other hashtags is, what was it? Say yes. And type
say yes to VHR.
Yes. Oh, ugh. Say yes to THR. There it is, right there. So we click on that, and we're going to see. Something. Oh, look, there's Figster again.
Look at him. Look at him go.
So the more times that those are our hashtags, right?
Yeah.
So one of the what?
Jerry's not going to use it.
No. I mean, yeah, these are our hashtags.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go back here for a minute because we'll get into that in a minute. But what I really need everybody to do is essentially go in and follow on Twitter every one of these groups. There's the ASO Vape, which is Argentina. Well, there's one in every Central and South American country.
Is that Chile?
Yeah, there's Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Peru, Paraguay, then AVCA, which is New Zealand, AVI, which is India, and they put together a really cool video that I retweeted earlier, and I'll show it probably later in the show. CAFRA, Asia Pacific, CASA, that's the Africa one, CASA, which is the United States. So, yeah, I'm not going to go through each and every one, but you can see that all of these groups are participating in these, in this event, the next 2 days, because there's marching orders for day one, and then there's slightly different marching orders for day two.
Vapors.org.
Right. All of these orgs. Boom.
THRA.
Yeah, there's all these groups. Look at the hell. I mean, this is a truly it's an organized international
we're global.
Campaign.
We are global. This fight is a global thing.
Now, and I'm going to reiterate something. I'm going to unshare this for a minute. I'm going to reiterate something. I follow a lot of international stores and businesses. I have friends all over the world, and I have friends all over the country here, in the United States that are in vaping, and it kind of depresses me. Now today it's slightly different. I think this is in response specifically to Demetrius and Phil's video. I hadn't seen any vape company that is a United States-based vape company pushing World Vape Day on their social medias, sending me emails about World Vape Day, or anything. Mm-hmm. I get a lot of emails from different companies. Spain, Portugal. I got emails from Spain and Portugal about World Vape Day. I've seen Demetrius's social media from his Greek shops, World Vape Day. It's sad because this is the day. This is like literally the day. Demetrius says only one shop in Tennessee. I got an email today from the Plume Room. Obviously, I know that is in direct relation probably to to Demetrius and Phil's video yesterday or the day before. I get mixed up. But this is literally the best opportunity in the world to get the attention for your business by getting smokers to come into your business. I know that Demetrius said the largest chain in Greece is doing a 30% discount tomorrow. That Demetrius's shops in Greece are doing a 30% discount over the entire weekend. Other businesses, the Spain, Portugal, France, the La Petite Vapoteur that I have bought stuff from the past. I'm on their email list. I got an email saying that they're going to have something that all these companies that are international that are European based. This has been a big deal for them for a while. Like they've done this every year. Like World Vape Day has been much bigger in other places than we've ever taken advantage. But literally, the mission of World Vape Day, according to the Jim McDonald piece, is to spread awareness and about vaping, promote vaping with the community, to get smokers to come into the vape shops and try it. And obviously, we're gonna be aggressive and steal hashtags. That's what we're gonna do.
Shameless self-promotion is not something that I'm against. If it's self-promotion,
if a vape shop, I can't blame a vape shop for putting on a sale.
No.
For any reason, but putting on a sale to get smokers to come into their shop and buy stuff and learn about vaping, that's a perfect opportunity. That literally is the purpose of this day.
There's some hashtags you should do that on, and there's some hashtags you should not. And this is one of them you should, as long as you're teaching somebody something.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do if you do it, wrong? Who am I?
You are the king of bots.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I see a lot of businesses, and I know you guys are going through way more than I can even probably fathom. But in my mind, when I put my little files in my head and I go, holy shit, I said it last week, the world is on fire. And you guys are doing, some of you, not all, I imagine, but some of you that were and still are making hand sanitizer. So that says a lot.
Char, if you just go to Twitter and you follow the at World Vape Day Twitter handle, you'll get a lot. That's the official event Twitter handle, right? But these people are doing stuff all over the world, all these different countries. Thailand has a Run for Life event scheduled for tomorrow. Right? India has World Vape Day live stream stuff going up. CAFRA, Asia Pacific, Latin America. All these are events that are being held, whether virtually or in real life, all over the world. And Vape TV on YouTube, I guess, is going to be doing live streams all day.
Sweet.
So let's click on the participate tab. I'm just going left to right on here. So participate.
I ain't scared.
You ain't scared?
I'm not scared.
Yeah. So and this is really cool because it actually has tutorial right here on the website. So it says, for many years, May 30th has been recognized as National Vape Day in several countries. First Spain, then joined by many Latin American countries. This year, THR organizations across the world have joined together to proclaim May 30th as World Vape Day. World Vape Day falls on the day before the World Health Organization's World No Tobacco Day, which is May 31st, obviously. We all recognize the enormous health costs measured in lives lost prematurely and serious disease and illness caused by smoking. However, World No Tobacco Day has increasingly focused on smoking, the most dangerous form of nicotine consumption, but rather has not, focused on, but has increasingly focused on but rather on demonizing low-risk alternatives to smoking. Thus, World Vape Day is not only an opportunity for us to celebrate our choice to make the switch to a healthier smoke-free lifestyle. It is also an opportunity for us to share with the world our success stories. So that's the thing. You know, we did we've been telling everybody for a while to do those 30-second for vape videos or whatever.
15
seconds for vape videos. So this is the perfect time to use this in conjunction with that.
I want my Twitter line on fire.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
All of those videos that are already on Twitter, if you did those videos, or if you just do the hashtag 15 seconds for vape in the search field, you're going to pull up all those videos and just retweet them, add these new hashtags and retweet them. And
if you're, well, I'm ugly and I did one, so anybody can. And if you don't want to,
and you're a Luddite, I'm surprised you even know how to take a selfie.
And if you barely, and if Demi trains me in the background, and if you don't want to do it, you're scared to do it, you're self-conscious about doing it, that's fine. Look up the 15 seconds for vape, or 15 SEC4 number vape, I think it is. Mm-hmm. If you look it up, you'll find it, believe me, on Twitter at least, and retweet somebody else's and add World Vape Day to it above it.
Add world, we have libraries full of content that we can actually repurpose, in addition to crafting new tweets, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, it says how to participate. We are encouraging vapors and supporters of THR worldwide to join us on social media to celebrate World Vape Day and our right to use smoke-free alternatives. Now is the time to share how vaping saves lives and to explain why vaping is such an incredibly empowering alternative to the quit or die tobacco control mentality. May 30th is our day, and our voice will not be silenced. One major goal of World Vape Day is to make our hashtag World Vape Day, a trending topic on Twitter worldwide. To achieve this, we're asking you to participate by using and retweeting this hashtag. So like I just showed you, follow these groups. You
just showed me.
I did just show you. Follow all of those groups. They're going to be tweeting that hashtag all day. If all you want to do is just hit retweet, hit like and retweet, retweet. That is literally the simplest form of using this. Obviously, I want people to come up with their own content as well. So there's that. And there is obviously some samples here.
There you go. Actually,
and all you have to do is click. There's a button right here. It says click to tweet. If I click that, it's going to go to my Twitter.
What does it do?
It's going to populate that. And all literally, I could. This is I'll show you a tweet from Julie Wassner that I responded to earlier today, and hit tweet. And literally, I just tweeted that.
You can alter that though if you like.
You can personalize it.
Personalize
you can do that, but I mean, literally, I'm trying to show them that they can be as lazy as they want to be, and it's okay.
It is okay, but when I see all the groups, like the alphabet groups and the other idiots, and they all do the same freaking tweet from the Lung Association from 700 different branches of it across the country, it just pisses me off.
Right.
And that's all they do is they just hit that one button. So yes, hit the button, then make your own. Come back and hit it again.
Right. So
I get a little passionate about this stuff.
There's several pre-authored ones here. So that's there for you. Obviously,
kudos to this site. And
whoever. I don't know how to do websites at all, but this is really idiot proof. Yeah. So Kevin, you can actually do this.
Even I can do it.
Yeah. So then down here they have instructions. If you are new to Twitter and never used Twitter,
oh my God, you don't need me anymore.
There literally is instructions here on what to do and a tutorial video.
Sweet.
If you're a pro on Twitter, there's this. So there, obviously you don't have to, I'm not going to read all this, but literally they're wanting you to test out Twitter. And when you're testing out Twitter, use hashtag World Vape Day if you are a beginner. And it's going to take a minute because if you've never used Twitter, we've talked about it. It limits the number of characters that you can use.
280
to 280. You got to get used to that. I have a hard time. A lot of times I have to retweet shit, or I have to type everything I wanted to say and then edit it and reword it so that I can get it down to the right number. And we even showed you in the past what happens when you get too many characters. It turns red, and it'll show you how many characters you have to get rid of, and that'll help you edit it in your head. But if you're a pro, they're asking you to use the hashtag World Vape Day as much as possible over those 2 days, over Saturday and Sunday, which is tomorrow and Sunday. Share your vaping story in words, images, and video on social media, especially on Twitter, using that hashtag, including the targets. Now, we always love to give targets. So obviously the most general one is at WHO, which is the World Health Organization. Then the FCTC, which is the Tobacco Control World Health Organization branch, at FCTC Official. Both of those organizations, as well as included, in addition to the original hashtag, which is World Vape Day, on Sunday. Well, actually, I think you probably go ahead and use it either one. Include the hashtags, hashtag World No Tobacco Day, hashtag WNTD 2020, and hashtag Tobacco Exposed. I actually used Tobacco Exposed today.
Felt good, didn't it?
Yeah. And then if you have any space left over, the hashtag Say Yes to THR, which we already showed a little bit a while ago when we were showing the tweets. So over the next 2 days, this is imperative. I mean, tomorrow specifically is World Vape Day. That is imperative. Get those hashtags out.
And if you tag me, I will retweet it. As long as it's sensible and not saying fuck you, I will retweet you. Unless it's fuck Jerry. I might consider that one. But
well, you do hashtag fuck Fig. You
a couple times. Once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, literally you I've
seen
you. Well, yeah, that's true. She's awesome.
I like you know he's listening. It doesn't matter.
He's probably in the car driving down the road because he had to take. He's having father-son right now day time. Yeah. He might show up later. He said, but
Meatball.
Like we just said it, meatballs. So yeah, I'm going to show a tweet from that I tweeted earlier just to have a little bit of a laugh here. So Julie Wassner, everybody knows Julie. She's been on the show. She tweeted worldvapeday.org, participate. You can do it from your couch and in your pajamas. Hashtag World Vape Day. Hashtag Say Yes to THR. I retweeted and retweeted above her with a comment. It says, it's even easier than Julie says. You don't even need to have your pajamas on to save smokers. Vaping is clothing optional. May 30 is World Vape Day. Give a smoker their life back. Say yes to THR.
Is Demetrius wearing pants?
I've
been asking that for a long time. So
you seem to be really. I should just invite Demetrius on.
I never know.
I should literally just send Demetrius the link so that he can show you whether or not he's wearing breeches or not, because that seems to be a common question for you. It's literally like you are, and he's already in a very committed relationship with Phil.
I know.
Literally,
Phil might come after me or something.
I wouldn't want to get that Italian mad at me. He might kill you and put you in the sun tanning machine.
Or drown me in the hot tub. I don't know. I can't wait for the book. I'm just waiting on the book. Chapter 9.
You just put like one of the most frightening images I've ever experienced in my life when you mentioned the hot tub, because every time you mention hot tub and Demetrius and Phil, the picture of Dan Donahue also appears in there,
Yeah,
and that just scares the ever living shit out of me.
I think Nick has been in that tub as well. I'm not sure.
Oh my god, that's a lot of water displacement right there.
So
That's
what
a
else you
lot of
got?
water. A lot of water displacement.
I don't know.
So I mean, literally, that is the simplest thing. Just simply following those following those groups, retweeting. If you feel brave and you're comfortable on Twitter, crafting your own comments about your experiences with vaping, how it helped you smoke or quit smoking. Obviously, how flavors. I mean, literally, what is the most important part that has made vaping successful for you? I mean, I saw somebody on one of the live shows with Demetrius saying that the nicotine content was the most important and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
We have every bit of science. I am a huge what y'all most average people would consider high nicotine at 12 milligram. People think that I'm crazy, that 12 milligram is, evil or something. But, what is the most important thing? And we have all of the data. We have all of the science. We have every bit of information necessary to say that flavors is the most important aspect for most people that vape, the vast majority of people that vape. Yes, and you got 18. I got 18 over here in the cabinet too, but that's for only when I'm really ready to smash somebody's brain in.
And it doesn't matter because it's okay.
Otherwise, 12 milligram is enough. But 18 for when I'm really stressed out.
And 24 killed me. I couldn't do it.
No, I started on 36, dude. But the technology was significantly less advanced than now when I started.
And I like my 18, and I've never swayed since. I've tried 12, and that's it. Really,
it took me years to get to 12.
Yeah,
years.
It took me about 5 hits, and I went right back to, oh no, I'm not doing this. I threw it away. Nope. But to each his own.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about the way vaping is, as it exists right now, is that there's a plethora of product. There's options and available choices for people to make. Whatever works for you, right? It's different for everybody, but we can all agree that it's worth fighting for.
And I literally have used this synopsis. I smoked Marlboro Lights, I smoked Marlboro, I smoked Doral eventually, and then I rolled my own some days after that. And you didn't, and it's okay. It didn't matter what you smoked, and it doesn't matter what you vape. Just do what makes you happy.
I mean, I went to super heroic options when I was a smoker to get to be able to save money so that I could continue to smoke. I would break the law and import cigarettes from out of the country. I got on a watch list for buying cigars and having them shipped from Europe. People will do what I mean. I've seen people like go to a public ashtray because they ran out of smokes and look for butts.
I stole them right out of my dad's ashtray.
And I'm not talking about family. I'm talking about in public, walking up to a fucking ash can and looking down and picking out butts.
Well, you can't do it you used to.
They could get a drag or two.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do it today because you can't smoke anywhere.
So, I mean, people will do whatever they absolutely need to do to get their shit, right? Yes. If they take this away, which could in all reality happen.
Yes.
And if they're successful in their campaign to steal freedom and choice from people across the world,
that's the goal.
Then we are going to be literally, I mean, people will go to any end. They'll buy e-liquid at the flea market from some dude, they'll they'll go to a parking lot in some dark parking lot somewhere where somebody's got a trunk full of e-liquid that could be made anywhere.
Yes.
If this goes away.
That's part of in my opinion, the World Vape Day is that some of those countries that are represented are deemed by WHO, World Health Organization, says, and that's where they're at. Oh, we don't like it, so don't let it happen.
Yeah.
So it's a big fight.
Literally, I'm not joking. India is participating in this event. It is illegal. Like every vape shop in India was closed overnight. Like literally closed overnight. Yeah. So if we want to go though, I mean, they're participating in this event to save. I mean, I showed you India is on the list. If you go to my Twitter, I just retweeted a video earlier from India, from telling the stories of Indian vapors who have lost their ability to vape.
And like Bruni and Paul have said, if we do it, they follow it, or worse, and Canada usually does as well. They're watching the U.S., but India's already said, "Screw everybody, we're doing it because the WHO said so."
And they have, I mean, if you've never been to India, like that is one of the highest pollution countries in the world. Like everywhere you look, there are people smoking. When I was there, every year they have the Global Forum on not global. What's it? No, it's not Global Forum on Nicotine. What is the big framework
FTC.
committee on the FCTC is in Canada, or not Canada, in India every year.
Is it India?
So I know for like the last 2 or 3 years, because that's the one that Gurlitz got banned. He
couldn't go. And they also threw somebody in the press from Canada, I believe, out.
Oh yeah, they actually the press is only allowed in that room for like 5 minutes, and then they're escorted out of the room. And then they hold all of their meetings in secret
while they control the world.
Right. So yeah, it's this is all in. Like literally, we have till September.
That's us.
And Amanda was in the room a while ago. What is Amanda's quote? Not nose up, tits out. What's the other one?
We have nothing to lose. Period. There's nothing to lose. What are they going to do? Take it away from us? So what do we have to lose?
So it's important. It's imperative. It's obviously use those hashtags as much as possible. That's World Vape Day for tomorrow. Hashtag World Vape Day. That's hashtag World No Tobacco Day. Hashtag WNTD 2020. Hashtag Tobacco Exposed. Hashtag Say Yes to THR. Over the next 2 days, as much as possible. Normally, there's like people there, the influencers, the people will tell you, well, from this hour to this hour are the most active hours on Twitter or on Facebook or on social media. This is the best hours to put these tweets on, or so forth and so on. Tomorrow, it's literally every minute that you can be tweeting this, that you can be retweeting stuff, that you can be providing new content for other people to retweet with these hashtags all day, nonstop.
You got 48 hours.
I mean, literally every minute that you're awake, that you're not, feeding your kids or, taking a dump, or you can actually do this while you're on the shitter if you want to. If you literally every moment that you need to be participating in this. This is not just about you. This is not just about America. This is about the world. This is about
and swooping.
Yeah, if you've got a Twitter scheduling app, if you use Hootsuite or any of those other things, you can go on right now and author 15, 20, 30, 50, 100 tweets.
Char said,
schedule them.
Char asked that scheduling question. It's Hootsuite, and I can't remember the other one. HOOTSUITE, which I've used before. I don't very often, but it is.
I've used Hootsuite as well, but I don't use it enough. I don't use it like frequently. But yes, the ability to author this stuff in advance and just schedule it every hour, every 30 minutes, or whatever it is that you want to do is also very helpful. So that you don't have to worry about that. And then all you need to do is waste your time retweeting as other Twitter people are tweeting. I said that right. Other Twitter people are tweeting. Yeah. I didn't get tongue tied or nothing. That's important.
Tweeter, Twitter, twatter. And if you're a business, say, hey, I'm participating in World Vape Day because I help people quit smoking. You know, you have choices besides the traditional worthless shit. Don't say that. And
I mean,
it's true.
If you're one of those, there's a couple companies in the vaping world that have other businesses. If you're one of those people that have a banner company or a printing company that has the ability to print stuff, you should be putting banners up in front of your stores promoting World Vape Day. And you should be putting a 30% off for new customers sign up in front of your store on World Vape Day.
And if you're a business and you're afraid to say that it helps people stop smoking because you have nothing to lose anyway in 90 days or so, if you're still not going to do it that way or you feel uncomfortable, tag me. I'll say it above you. Look, here in California, this company will help you stop smoking. Or
to take advantage of World Vape Day, though, you don't even have to make a harm. You don't have to make a health claim. No. This is World Vape Day. Come in and try vaping.
We're going to do it anyway.
Come try vaping. You can say that. You can say switch. You can use the word switch. You don't use the word quit. You can use the word switch or substitute or any other variants of that. Come make the switch today. Mm-hmm. World Vape Day.
Keep it simple, stupid if you like. Not that you're stupid.
I'm not. I'll admit I'm not the smart. I'm not always the smartest guy in the room, but I'm pretty close.
I've been hanging around you two hillbillies every Friday night for a while, so my
intelligence level. Down. Hey, I had my COVID-19 test yesterday at work.
You did? Did you pass?
It was well, I don't know because they got to grade it. It takes 3 to 5 days for the grade to come out. But
did you study?
When they pulled the Q-tip out of my nose because it was back about that far.
Oh,
I know that part of my brain went with the Q-tip, so now I'm just average.
Well, I was below, and now I'm like rock bottom. Hi, Fig. I saw you in here somewhere.
Why is Demetrius? I invited Demetrius, and he says StreamYard is not working for him. That's the same thing that Sean Casey said last week when he tried to come in, was that the mic and the cam wouldn't work for some reason. I don't know why. It's odd. And I don't have OBS or anything that I can bring him in a different way. That sucks.
It does work on Chrome.
Yeah, you might be if you're not using Chrome. If you're one of those, I don't think he's a Mac user. That obviously is a fail immediately if you're a Mac user.
Stop judging people. I've never used one, but I'd try it.
I'm very judgy. So, I mean, the World Health Organization has put together this whole thing. Oh, and speaking of World Health Organization and their fuck ups, this is not on the show rundown. We didn't bring this up earlier.
Are you going to rile me up?
No. This is a different thing that I'm going to say to rile you up in a minute. But this might also rile you up.
Fucking fuckers. Drink.
I got to scroll through my Twitter feed and find it. They've launched this whole new anti-vaping campaign as part of their World No Tobacco Day.
This is the fucking pictures of my fucking kids.
These are some of the I'm scrolling because I actually wrote a really cool tweet in answer to there it is right there. This is actually Dr. F's tweet. Dr. F tweeted tweeted, and I responded to Dr. F. So I'm going to show Dr. F's tweet. This is Dr. F's tweet. This is an actual World Health Organization advertisement, anti-vaping advertisement. So if you click on the picture, you don't see it, but the kid is actually holding. They have a little, like a little invisible picture of a mod in the kid's hand
with dashes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little cutout.
Dash.
Right? Connect the dots or whatever. And it's got this kid blowing O's, right? So he says, who would understand that? And who is, I'm assuming, obviously, who he's addressing it to. Who would understand that there is a process called visual thinking that is the message that kids and what is the message that kids and adolescents receive from this image? And there's a link to this. This is the Pan American Health Organization, World Health Organization, and there's a piece about using this campaign, but literally,
well, subliminal messaging is now illegal in films, right?
No, it's not, I don't know that it's illegal, but it's definitely maybe frowned upon.
At least.
But I mean, obviously, most moviegoers and most Americans, at least, don't recognize that they're being programmed as they're watching their favorite Avengers movie or they're watching John Wick. Or, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of programming going on. But here, I wrote a response to this to Dr. F. Best way to prolong a profitable but failed war on smoking than to scare parents. This is one of those ones that I actually had to re-author because it was too long and I screwed up the first sentence. Yep. You see that, right? It hurts my feelings that I noticed this now. So the best way to prolong a profitable but failed war on vaping is to scare parents by lying to them that their kids are threatened. No one is better at promoting vaping to kids than the World Health Organization. Vaping helps adult smokers quit. May 30th is World Vape Day. Save a smoker, hand them a vape.
I disagree with who's the better at advertising to kids. I think it's still tobacco-free kids in truth. But
they're all in this. They're all in the same
They're
bullshit.
all getting each other in the ass. And kudos to Dr. F for having balls.
Oh,
Period. Because not only will he not lie to us, he does not hold back his punches. He's very sharp. So follow Dr.
F. Definitely follow Dr. F. Dr. F as well. Oh, well, here's another one. This is the Iowa Attorney General. And he also made a comment about this campaign. This is how the WHO promotes World No Tobacco Day with a child vaping. This is one way the agency is failing public health. And then he's actually written, and I'll put that up on the screen. But this is see, look right here. They did a little dash to show that this kid is vaping in a very high tech invisible mod, apparently.
So let's pretend and say that this is a tobacco product. And let's pretend that we already know that it's illegal on television or radio since 71 or 2, I think, with Nixon, to advertise tobacco products, period. Now they're going to do it on social media. And they're the people that said they don't want advertising at all because of children, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm kind of dumbfounded here. Demetrius has been trying to get in, and it won't let him in. I don't know why.
Give him some meatball sauce.
He says he does not have pants on, though.
I feel better.
Just for you. Just for me. He has responded and said he does not have pants on.
Hey, Jeff.
But yeah, I mean, literally, crafty. Now, this is I'm gonna unshare screen here, Kevin, because I want to give you the opportunity. If you wanna go on to Twitter and share a Twitter screen to show people, and I'm talking simple because some of your tweets are really complicated and stuff.
Okay,
but, just show the viewers, the people that are watching from home, your process to author a simple tweet.
To actually author one now?
Yeah.
Just off the cuff? Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So go on here and go onto your Twitter. And while you're on your Twitters and you're getting prepared, we'll invite Figster in.
Oh, here comes Fig.
Figster with his hipster hat.
What's up,
why were you trying to hit a friggin' tree with your camera or scared the shit out of me? Don't do that.
I wasn't trying to hit anything.
I'm just watching along, and all of a sudden the camera goes whoop.
Now, this really dumbfounds me because Demetrius has been trying to get in, and it let him in like that, or it let Figster in like that, but it won't let Demetrius in for some reason.
He may not have actually wanted to come on.
That could be, but Sean Casey's had the same problem last week, and it wouldn't let him on either. Or was it the week before last? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
What's going on, young man?
My main, I mean, you know, my issues with StreamYard, it's not connecting. It's like, you know, I swear my camera is like 6 inches from my face. It's so
mine's a full arm length away.
Yeah.
And I have the same camera as you.
But you're PC. I'm not PC.
I know. I'm a Mac and I'm a PC.
No, I tell you, like, we just got home a little bit ago and, you know, had a fantastic afternoon and evening with my son, driving around down La Jolla, Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, went to Hodad's, went to the Sea Lion area of La Jolla. It's nice. It's nice. But back home, and he's allowed me to come on for a few to say hi to you guys.
Aloha. Thank you, August.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really nice day. August. How's the show gone?
We've been deep diving on the World Vape Day, explaining what it is, the hashtags, how simple it is. If you go to the World Vape Day website, they actually have some pre-authored tweets to get you started. And Kevin is currently right now authoring a tweet, and then he's going to share screen it and show, you know, the tweet that he is generating right now using the requested hashtags. I put him on the spot.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, we brought him in to share his Twitter expertise. So
the other thing, while he's doing that, I'm going to drop some truth bombs. So this whole World No Tobacco Day is a World Health Organization deal, right?
Right.
And today, and we might talk about it in depth later, but today, Donald Trump, you know, last week or 2 weeks ago or a month ago or whatever, he said, I'm considering I'm temporarily withholding America's funding for the World Health Organization because they dropped the ball on the COVID thing and they're up China's ass and all this stuff. And today, from the Rose Garden, he announced a couple things. But one of the things that he announced is the U.S. is officially withdrawing itself from the World Health Organization.
Nice.
So America has been historically the biggest funder.
Yeah, it's
of
like
the World Health Organization
a year or some shit like that, isn't it?
You know, we've been giving them almost $500 million, and he says that we're going to turn around and use that money on other international health things, health organizations or health events or whatever.
I'd like to see him buy a cruise ship and name it after me.
What that got me to thinking when Kevin and I were talking prior to going live, and I just thought about it for like a split second because we were talking about pulling out of the World Health Organization, and also Jerry has no balls.
Jerry has no balls.
And what I kind of the thought that popped into my head is well, if we're pulling out of the World Health Organization and we got this extra $500 million or $500 million or whatever, and we're going to put that money into other World Health or international health things, we could accidentally kill the rest of the world because the Surgeon General might actually get chosen to ramrod this international effort. Then he could be like the Generalissimo, the Surgeon Generalissimo. And
General No Bolsio.
That we were thinking that Fire the SG might get him fired, and it hasn't worked. We've been using that hashtag for a long time. But now that we're not in the World Health Organization and Trump is going to be putting this money into his friends, he's going to divvy that up. And Jerry appears to be one of his lapdogs. Jerry could be ramrodding America's international health efforts.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, if that happens, I'd like to see him like home based out of like, I don't know, Yemen or
Dayton, Ohio.
That is,
yeah. Send him to Dayton.
Send him to Dayton. Bring him to me.
So Lutz is asking. He says, "Vape Day is because Lutz is down under, I believe." He's asking if it's our Saturday or your Saturday. You know what? It's the 30th where you are right now, I believe. So it's already your day. And I've been doing it all day today anyway. So I don't really think I don't think it matters. Just get those fucking hashtags circulating and stuff.
Yep.
So Fig, you got to rub that shit, man. Because that is tiny.
All right. Well, let me see.
You got to rub that because that is way there. That's a little better.
So I think Lutz, or if it's Lutz, he's in Australia, right?
I believe so.
All right. Well, here's the UK. Here's Africa. It is noon, depending on which side he's on. 11 a.m. on in Perth, and almost 1 in Sydney. So it's tomorrow there.
Oh, he's in New Zealand.
Well,
I knew he was over there. One of the those Kiwis and those Aussies, they're pretty much the same.
It's 3 in the afternoon. Yes, he's absolutely it's fresh. It's the 30th there.
It's NZ, as Paul would say, NZ.
Well,
yeah, that.
So yeah, it's tomorrow.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
So it's from the
20.
Yeah, it's from the 29th to the 31st, but mainly it's the 30th and 31st. 48 hours of just pedal to the metal, balls to the wall, however you like to describe going fast and hard,
Sometimes slow and gentle is better.
Oh Lord.
Take your time. Relax.
You got to rub that shit.
The scheduling app, you're probably referring to Hootsuite. I can pull that up here in a few after
we already gave her the Hootsuites.
Oh, okay.
It
looked like it was just 10 minutes ago.
Well, yeah, we did. So what is it? What is this?
So this is my Twitter. So
this is your Twitter. Did you already? Were you actually over there, typing it into a text message box or something, so that you could just?
Yeah. So I'm gonna copy paste, but to find Truth Initiative, you just hit Truth up here on the right in the search bar. Click on the Truth Initiative. You can scroll down to see whatever you want to see. Here's some bullshit lies that they've pinned that they've got an award. Here's another one for World No Tobacco Day. Imagine that. What are we talking about? World No Tobacco Day. That's the hashtag. So on this one, a couple Karens get together and do a podcast similar to ours. So you can.
That hurts. Are you can make which? Okay, so Which one of us is which Karen is what I want to know.
Karen 1, Karen 2. It's like thing 1 and 2. Is that what you're saying? So if you wanted to like this, you could hit the heart. If you want to hit the retweet, you have two choices. You can retweet it to share with others just for the hell of it, drink, or you can retweet with a comment, which is what I love to do because this will get your attention. So I can add my own comment, which I'm going to sneak over here. I'm going to paste what I had back into it. So what they're saying is in the latest podcast, Two Moms Speak with tobacco advertising expert Robert Jackler, who's a jackass, to discuss the social impact of that 4-letter word and that 4-letter word bar advertisements. So what I said while I was tapping my little keys was there's still no concern for making an impact on obtaining tobacco from these prestigious political front groups. So that's my wordiness. For instance, the Sinar Amendment, which no one wants to talk about, legally recruits underage smokers with 20% success rates. Still no one cares. Then I added my hashtags, and I added this one at the end because it will also bring up NTD 2020, which is too long. So you can't do that.
So you have to just get you have to adjust 4 spaces out of your Twitter, out of your tweet.
So on this one, I can erase these and I can get a few more, and I can just change it to no one cares, and then I can hashtag WNDT 2020, and it should fit. So that fits. So there's no red on this, and
you still have 3 characters left.
Yeah, and if I want 4, I can do that. If I want 5, I can probably come up here, and there's another one. I can back these off if I want to make that a period, so I can get 8 more characters. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not on topic on this necessarily because they're talking about advertising, but I am on topic because nobody cares about this except me, and I think 3 other people in the whole fucking world drink. And then I can just hit retweet, and then others either retweet me or they will then make their own comments underneath, which I actually already did.
You could start a whole conversation.
You will start, most of the time, you will start a conversation.
Right.
So their tweet says the same thing. 2 Karens speak with advertising expert Jackler, Dr. Jackoff. So Ryan, who I follow, if you highlight, you can see that you follow them. He says Puff Bar has never advertised, which I do believe is the truth. I myself put parenting as an action verb, and then I quoted remember we were in the White House in November? In the White House, one of those 2 Karens, Karen Berkman evidently is her name, the representative at the White House said, after the president asked, I mean, your solution is just to ban it, right? So Karen said, no, because we're not prohibitionists. So that was my under tweet to theirs. I actually did it again with the Steiner Amendment. Dr. Gilchrist, who everyone should follow, who's part of Philip Morris, right here, for those of you that are watching. She's curious as to whether they also are Bloomberg funded. They've consistently refused to answer my question about that.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. And David Forsyth, I don't think he's a doctor.
No.
He made a comment. Dan made a comment. Verge is he's a 22nd century cigarettes that are low nicotine fan. I usually don't screw with him because he usually doesn't screw with me on occasion. When he does, I undertweet him and he never talks back to me, which is fine. It doesn't matter. But that's an example of using, for me, I'm going to go back here at the top and I'm going to show my tweet. Where did I go? There's still no concern for making, oh, there it went.
Go to your profile.
I can't even see my profile. There's my profile. So I've shown that. Somebody retweeted me already. I can see that on my notification, but on here it says 1. So someone chose to retweet it. They may be seeing the World Vape Day. They may see the Say Yes to THR or the WNDT or the 2020 WNDT. Those are the important parts, in my opinion, regardless of what you're tweeting tomorrow. It doesn't matter what you're tweeting on. If those
Yeah,
are
I mean, obviously,
included, you're doing something.
we want you. I mean, like I said yesterday, retweeting all of those from all of the groups. Follow all of those groups. Follow the World No Tobacco or World Vape Day has their own Twitter, official Twitter for the World No Vape Day event. Retweet for everything, like and retweet everything they tweet. If you want to add something, you can respond and use the hashtags in your response. If you retweet over them, if you retweet with comment over them and come up with your own stuff, that's fine. Or you can just go to your Twitter and just start a thread. You don't have to. You can start your own thought. You can be original.
Here's a simple one.
It's easy. I tend to retweet with comment most of the time.
Yeah. If you find the easiest way, in my opinion, and it's short, is if you know a study that you've read, or if you were still smoking and looking on Twitter under, Tobacco Sucks Day, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you found somebody who put, there is research and it's found here, and you put ecigaretteresearch.org on that for the website, and that is your tweet along with those hashtags. Somebody that is looking for something. I didn't even know Twitter existed when I stopped. I'm looking for it after I stopped, and I didn't know Twitter. I didn't even know what Twitter was. So I was looking on e-cigarette forum, ECF, and I looked up dangers, and I was done because I couldn't find anything. And I thought, well, shit, it's easier than it's feeling better than smoking did. And I went on. Today's world on Twitter, if someone tweets that and I'm looking for it and I was smoking, I'd go, oh, wait, this is research. But I thought there was no research, and I would just go down my rabbit hole.
We just don't know. There's not any research.
They love to say that. They absolutely love to say that. There's no research that they've approved.
We don't know what's in it.
So fuck them. And hi, Figgy. What is this hat thing going on hiding the hair? There was no meeting about this at all.
So, well, it's the new dynamic. We did you guys show the World Vape Day Twitter account?
Yes.
They're doing a great job.
Oh God, yeah. I've been
doing a great job, and
I think I've retweeted like 30 things in the last 2 hours from them.
Yeah, and and my plans, later on tonight or early in the morning, I'm going to wrap it up. But I started scheduling some stuff using Media Center. Not everybody has that. I think I got lucky with that, but. Going back through our own tweets, if you did a video, 15-second for vape, that's one of the first ones I'm going to do, right? And I took and in my phone in the notes section, I inserted the hashtags and the main accounts to target. Is there anybody, like you mentioned Truth Initiative, is World Vape Day, are they targeting Truth Initiative too, or no?
No, not that I'm aware of now. I don't think they're anybody. I think they're going to leave it to the individual to do what they want. If you want to tag Frank Pallone, or Jerry or whoever you like or dislike, then that's up to you. Tobacco Free Kids, because they're going to do it. They're going to schedule their bullshit. And they're going to, this is what we say. This is what we mean. This is gospel. Send us more money. And they're going to go away. There's no heart in what they do. They repeat everybody else and they move on. I said that earlier. When they do a lung association, they call them thunderclaps. I haven't seen one in quite some time. But when I was in 2014, I was brand new. And a couple of these guys, like Bruni, I think was one of them that showed me their very first one. Thank you, Bruni. And it's scheduled between 2 and 5, like Patrick said, and you just keep on pounding these freaking tweets. I don't know whether it does anything or not, but it got somebody's attention every single time. When Lung Association or the Heart Association, whatever, they do it, they hit the same button with the same copy-paste tweets, and it's the Lung Association in Denmark, and it's the Lung Association in Boston, Massachusetts, and it's a Fitchburg, Massachusetts. They all do the same thing to their followers, and that's scary. It's very scary. Be original. Yeah, well, of course, and they're paid to do it. We're volunteers, most of us, And like Demi said earlier, the same 50 fucking people are going to be doing this. Well, motivate your friends. Get on fucking Twitter and start tweeting.
Yeah.
We have zero to lose. Fig needs a new hat.
No. I've had this hat for going on 30 years.
Damn.
Going
That's
on
older than both of my children. Both of my children are younger than your hat.
At least 25.
Older.
Going on 30. I've had it's a Stetson.
Nice. I've got a couple hats that are older than that.
Yeah, it's a Stetson. It's one of those hats that
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And Char said, "Fuck the new normal." Now it has Fig in a hat. So there. So what are you doing, Figgy?
Talking to you, buddy.
Just driving around. I thought you were looking.
The wife had some family things that she had to deal with outside of out of town, and August and I are here, and we've been working hard, keeping the things going here. He's had a lot of school work, and we're like, when we finish with school for this week, let's go for a drive and go down and do a few things that we really enjoy. Like one of those is, there's a burger joint called Hodad's down in Ocean Beach. Just amazing, man. Went down there. Everything's blocked off, like all the parking lots, it's takeout only. So, we sat in the back of the pickup truck and had milkshakes and cheeseburgers.
Yeah. So when you come here, the next time you're in Ohio, because you will eventually someday, you have family here.
Yep.
We're going to Lima. You and I are going to meet or go to Lima, and we're going to have a cute
Cupid. Yeah, Cupid.
Yeah. I haven't had one in 20 years, probably 15 at least.
This last time I was in Ohio was the only time that I can remember not getting a Cupid burger.
Wow.
People don't understand how good that is. Hamburg, pickle on top.
I might possibly even get Janice to go. I doubt it, but maybe. She might. She's never had one. But
homemade chili. Homemade pies. Oh man,
they're world famous. We're talking about it, so they have to be.
Kewpies is the bomb, man. So what else you guys talk about? Did you talk about anything other than World Vape Day?
A little bit here and there.
My power went out. It was like the Stone Ages for a second.
They've got
like electricity.
Yeah, everything shut off. It just
we voted
for the Wi-Fi to connect back up again.
We voted that Fig gets to keep his hat. So.
I if he wants to be a hipster, that is all for him. Next, he's going to be wearing skinny jeans,
parachute pants. I want to see parachute
and
pants.
He's going to have a man bun.
I had that. I had a man bun before it was cool, and then when it became cool, I got a haircut.
I had a ponytail before it was cool.
No, we have other content to talk about, but I specifically, if all we talk about is World Vape Day tonight, then because that is the most important thing for the next 2 days, in my mind, is to get every person that watches this show, every person that knows somebody that watches this show, every vapor to be activated and ready for this International World Vape Day or whatever.
And you can use hashtags on Facebook as well.
Yes, you can. You can use Bruni finally showed up.
Bruni.
Big.
An hour and 24 minutes into the show, and he shows up.
No, he's been in stealth mode.
I know he might have been creeping the whole time.
So right now, as in this moment, over the past 2 days, there's only like 249 engagements. No, hold on, I've got the wrong term.
Patrick's like 40, and I'm probably 20.
I'll share my screen. I'll just share the whole thing.
Why are you blurry?
Because he's high, dude.
Me? Am I blurry?
You were, but now now that you're small, you're not. You're okay now.
There we go. Look at that.
Let's try it this way.
Look, I get off Twitter and it dropped.
All right, so World Vape Day.
Is this a hashtag search?
No, he's looking at the analytics for that hashtag.
So, and this is a free thing that I subscribe to. 4,000 conversations in the past day.
And it hasn't even officially started yet. I mean,
right.
So that's pretty cool. This is like little test, probably.
Yeah.
This is where I found out about it. I think it was Friday that, no, what's today? Today's Friday. Wednesday is when I found out about it, I think.
Yeah, I actually did the scheduling of the show on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and I had already put the World Vape Day articles into our little group chat. That's when I formulated the show and I named the show. Then... What are you doing? I can't even read that. It's so small, but
I like this program.
Yeah. It says your potential. I like that it looks at your potential reach and showing all that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this is called what's it called? Tech Talker. No, Talk Walker.
And if you put in any hashtag World No Tobacco Day, for instance, hint, hint, it will tell you there. So we got 3,000 to 5,000, 3,000 conversations, 3.7 thousand, 5,500 engagements, meaning more than one person talking about it. And then when you go World No Tobacco Day, look at that. And that's probably half of me with 1.3 thousand.
But their potential reach is double ours. If you look at the, yeah.
At least.
But we're still, we're early in on this, and we're already crushing them. I like that.
That is nice, right?
We do. The word hijack comes to mind,
and that's what our goal is to hijack their
abso-fucking-lutely
their World No Tobacco Day.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And so, and you guys are hitting it right on the head. That's why I wanted to share this to show like what the mentions are, and the purpose of this is exactly what you just said. I'm sure you guys have said that probably a dozen other times during this evening.
Well, I suggested that since we started we did last week's show where we used all the pirate imagery and hoisting the flag, that we're going to be the pirates and we're going to be commandeering their vessel.
Yeah.
So right here, I'll screenshot that one. That's a good one. So in the past day, they had, just under 700 mentions. We had just under 3,000. The engagement has been pretty wonderful. Now, when we get down into like this one here,
yep,
what people are viewing that as is negative. So how that corresponds, it's anybody's guess. If you're a shithead like Dick Durbin, then you want that negative shit. Yeah.
And let's ask the question: likes or thumbs down on Twitter if you like I don't know if you can thumbs down if that's the question. Twitter likes our engagement. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a thumbs down. It's just a heart, right? You only have the option of hearting something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, we have a good history of commandeering or stealing their hashtags. Bruni brings up quit lying, and we did a fairly good job with stealing quit lying, and we stole vaping truth years ago. Like they actually the couple academic papers that were written calling Jerry has no balls a bot. That wasn't even the first one.
No, I've been in 3 or 4.
There was a very famous one of the Twitter takeover of the Chicago public health campaign years ago, and that was a lot of UK Twitter guys. Those guys in the UK are like, that's when we're sleeping and they're awake.
They're my idols. And Demetrius has been in, I think, 3 or 4.
Yes.
And I've been in 3 or 4, and we've probably all been in 3 or 4 of them, but we don't see the top ones. That's all.
We're the nameless ones. Me and Fig are just the nameless ones.
Yeah, nameless, faceless, hat wearing people.
Hey, did you guys talk about the Iowa Attorney General?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I figured.
It won't hurt. It will not hurt to. So I showed his tweet earlier.
And he has history, folks. If you don't.
I mean, he's one of my heroes. And he's authored or he's signed. I don't know if he wrote them, but he signed many letters calling out FDA, calling out, different politicians for their bullshit. But
isn't he one of the last or the last?
And he's a Democrat too.
He's one of the last original ones that signed a master settlement agreement.
He was one of the
architects of. Okay.
Yeah, he
So he's been around a couple days. So
yeah,
and he gets
so
and he's the one that said Juul is not advertising to children. I can't remember the quote now, but
I mean, I'll go ahead and because I actually just went to his website. And this is a piece that's on the Attorney General Tom Miller's website. I will rub it just a little bit so that you guys can read it. But international experts on tobacco policy say WHO is blocking innovation, wasting opportunities to save millions of lives. And again, this is that image that we showed on screen a while ago. I'm not going to read this, but I mean, David Abrams is in this. Tom Miller's in this. Robert Begole from New Zealand is so yeah. John Britton. This is one of my like wish list. If we could get John Britton to come talk to us,
or Sweener, sorry,
David Sweener. Rajesh Sharon. There's all these people.
Clive,
that are tobacco harm reduction. Champions.
These are the people who have balls.
Yeah, Clive Bates, the counterfactuals in one of the sources. I mean, it's crazy. So yeah, Tom Miller is a superhero. The tweet that I showed on screen earlier. This is actually a link from this tweet that I showed on screen earlier. Did I unshare? Yeah, as soon as I close that window. Hey, shut up. Yeah, this tweet. This is the link right here. So go follow him for sure. AG Glowa.
IOW.
Is that what that is?
AG Iowa.
Iowa. Oh.
Attorney General Iowa.
Huh.
He said, huh. I can't take you anywhere. Fuck.
I thought he was a glowing. He's a glowa.
That's how I can't find him sometimes. I put the L.
Yeah. I think that's a lowercase L for some reason.
I told you my intelligence went further down.
Hey, after that cotton swab got pulled out of my nose yesterday, I know I lost some IQ points, and now I'm just average like the rest of you guys.
It's scary.
I'm just one of you now.
Did you video it?
Huh?
Did you video it?
They wouldn't let me.
What?
They wouldn't let you. It's your body.
No, but the nurse that was giving me the test was there, and obviously she would have been in screen, and it's a privacy violation. So yeah, they wouldn't.
It's your privacy.
I actually had to force my boss to go and get it done because I went and got it done, and she's in the office cowering. So I cajoled her until she went and had it done, and I said, "Well, I'll video it and put it on the company's LinkedIn page." Because, they have a LinkedIn page, and she's like, no, you won't.
Well.
Oh, well. So
I understand the HIPAA, but if you're putting a cell phone this far from your face, why, that may be
one of the things that Kevin really wanted to pay attention to, and this week, and this is not about this is not about World Vape Day.
Or pants.
Well, your favorite pantsless person was on a podcast with a guy named Logan this week.
I know.
Logan Exhales, and it was a really good and informative podcast. And he actually, Demetrius made sure to mention Smoke Free Radio and Son of Liberty Radio, and in addition to his stuff, he's like, yeah, but Logan said, oh yeah, I listen to all those shows. I'm not always there live, but I listen to all those shows. And Kevin put this tweet on the list of things that he wanted to mention. So I'm going to slap it up on screen real quick. And it was a damn good podcast.
And Victor agrees.
And yes, Victor agrees. But I want to make sure to put this out there. So if you listen on podcasts, I don't think that Logan does video shows, but if you listen on podcasts and you do a search for Rise and Vape, and follow that channel, he's got. I actually had never listened to him until this week. I didn't know anything about it. And then when Demetrius was on, I listened, and it was a really good show. It was a really good show. He's got a really good voice too. He's not nearly as nasally as me, but Logan posted, I see a lot of folks giving up their fight for harm reduction. I understand it's stressful. It's frustrating. It's defeat after defeat after defeat, but this isn't a hobby. This is people's lives on the line. To those still fighting, I'm with you. Together we #Rise and Vape. That's his podcast. Go give that podcast a listen. But what he's saying here is true. There is a lot of fatigue right now. I mean, and this has been off and on for a while. Fig and I were severely, like a year and a half ago, we were ready to walk away. We were so beat down and tired from doing this. And, we've told the story many times. Cherry Lai came into this show, and she woke us up. Like, she gave us a little bit of shot in the arm, gave us some renewed vigor, and we came back. But that was a year and a half ago, and here we are. We're still doing it, and we're we ain't going anywhere. But
speak for yourself.
Well, there is September.
Well, Fig. I think last week, Figster, you said something about people are just going to drop away.
Yeah,
and people are just going to poof. Kevin's gone. Where did he go? Nobody gives a fuck.
Well,
but
I mean, look, just look around, man. Like, people that you saw liking your post or sharing posts, 2 weeks ago, they're gone. And
they're gone.
That's the way it's done. Most people don't scream like, screw this place, I'm out of here. They just go. Look at me like 2-3 weeks ago. Like, I was just like, and you guys know my situation in business, I was just at my wit's end because I'm still getting hammered by people. I had a guy last night, on my video about World Vape Day. He's hammering me like, when are you going to recognize something else, right? And I'm like, how many fucking hours in a day do you think I have, pal?
I'll take 2 of those, please.
So along those lines, I'm going to interrupt you for just 1 second.
Sure.
Because this is a very similar story. So Phil and Demetrius are doing their World Vape Day video. And the whole thing is about like getting people energized and activated and ready to participate in World Vape Day, just like you. And somebody comes into the chat room and is like, when is your Aries 2 tank coming out? And they just don't get it. Like Phil was very polite. Phil was like, look, dude, I'm so glad that you're excited about something that we're doing, but this is what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now is trying to get people informed and educated and ready to participate in World Vape Day. And I was just like, dude, I would have, if it had been me and somebody was just asking me asinine questions and totally off the topic that we're supposed to be, we're here to save vaping. And yes, Phil and Demetrius designed the Aries 2 tank, but that is not what they're fucking here to talk about. Just like, Fig is doing a video and trying to get people energized and activated and ready and passionate and, educated and informed so they know what the fuck they're going to be doing on Saturday and Sunday. And the guys, I don't know what the other thing was, but yeah.
It's a thing that was, it's not within my normal scope. I follow and am involved in a lot of stuff. I easily spend 40 hours a week on stuff that is in front of my face that's not making me money. That's before I do my regular job.
I was going to say, then you got to put out fires.
Yeah. And then, this guy, like, I go to his own Facebook page and I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, am I being a dick? Like, I'm just not paying attention to this guy?
No, you're being a dick, but that's beside the point.
Oh, no, I wasn't,
I love you.
I haven't been a dick to him yet, right? I'm just in my head, like, why is he like, why is he spamming my shit with something that's outside of World Vape Day? Like World Vape Day, this is the thing that's now.
Why are you questioning me? Is what I'm thinking.
Why are you distracting the minds? I just spent a lot of effort to get people into this message, right? To be open to this. Why are you putting something else in their head to distract from the message? We need the people going to this website, going to this Twitter page, and engaging. And like, you're over here with some bullshit, right? And it could be the most legitimate thing in the world. Like, it could be, I don't know, whatever. It could be
hi, Fig.
But, then I go to his Facebook page.
Not a single advocacy post on there, probably.
I scroll back 6 months.
That took another 17 fucking minutes out of your life.
And he's probably in Florida or something where they're, looking down the barrel of a gun and the guy's not. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know where the guy's actually.
The guy does own about 12 shops, so he's a rich guy. He's got money. But like nowhere on there, he hasn't mentioned once his thing. So I'm like, how are you going to come and break my balls? I said, and how are you going to break my balls when I just looked and you don't mention squat on your own page? Shaking my head.
Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls?
And look, I'll tell you what. Here's how you can get me to talk about the thing that you like. Send me a check. Send me some money.
Will that get your attention?
pay me to pay attention to the thing you want me to pay attention to and talk about the thing you want to talk about that you're not talking about.
And there's tiers of checks that you can send.
Yeah. If you want
there's the $500 check.
If you want all of Fig's attention, this is the price. If you just want a little Fig's attention, it's this price.
Right.
Remember, I live in California, so I have a way higher cost of living than other people. No, I mean, like, I don't understand the gall of people, and I get it. Like, in his head, he's thinking like Fig's always talking, so he must like it. No, I don't like it. No, I would rather be like, eating mushrooms in the desert and not talking to fucking anybody. I mean, that's why I have this hat,
It is very.
I thought he was just having a bad hair day.
No, I think I get it. It's not bad.
No, it's good. Patrick's just trying to prompt me because he knows.
No, I mean, I was feeling cool. I mean, like I've got my,
I can't read it.
Yeah.
I got my shirt.
I can read his shirt. I couldn't read Fig's shirt. It's my trifocals. I gotta like tilt my head really.
This shit ain't over. So when Logan put that tweet out,
you can pretend to care.
Yes, you can.
But you can't pretend to show up.
No, you cannot.
Actually, sir. I do know in my mind. I have an example of you not showing up and somebody else wearing your name tag.
If Logan like Cherry had inspired you guys, Logan inspired me in a different way, but he's absolutely so on point. This is very tiring. I've earned these bags under my eyes.
Well, you are like 100.
Yeah, 102. But I wear it well. It's not easy to think of stupid shit to tweet to Jerry every day. I can follow Fig and I can just retweet Fig, or I can be a smartass above him or under him. If I inspire him like Logan did me in this instance.
So are you saying you want to be below Fig?
Well, it depends on the weather. But if Demetrius is watching, if you are inspired by me or I am inspired by you, we're doing what we need to do to make people aware of less harmful products, choices for other adults. That's it. And I don't have an agenda. I really don't. And I'll say anything, like I've always said, that a business can't, because legally you can't. And some do, and I'm grateful for that when they do, because I'm going to retweet it if I see it. I'm tagged on occasion, or I'm messaged on occasion. There's no discussion. Hey, I just tweeted this is all I need to see. Click. So it's a worldwide thing. It's not just us. It's Bruni. It's Ray Yates. And I don't know if Mark's in the room, but he was pretty pissed off last week about that. And there is a GoFundMe for that.
You remind me of like the funniest tweet this morning. Let me see if I can find it.
What's that?
I'm sure it's like right here. I'll go ahead and share the screen.
You will if you're allowed.
He will if it shows up on my thing where I can click the button and make it happen.
Show up on his thing, Fig. Yeah. We were talking about you too for a minute.
No, this one right here.
Yeah. Julie.
I just died. Oh my God, I died. She, for those that don't know, she's a really popular lady. You can tell just from the blue check mark, right? And she's like, I'm going to retweet everything Paul Blair tweets this weekend. And so...
Keep going.
Did you see mine?
Yeah.
So I replied to her and Paul, and I said, omit needless words. What? Oh, shit. Here. And so I didn't say shit. I just went like this. I recorded my screen, hitting all tweet notifications.
Oh, that's funny.
I've been laughing about that all day. I'm a dad. You know?
It's great, and what you just said, Kevin, is at World Vaping Day at its core.
Yeah.
Promoting less harm. I mean, this day is not only a day for us to inform, it's a day for us to celebrate, it's a day for us to try to save smokers. And we brought up India a while ago. So as part of me like following the World Vapor Day Twitter page, which has been active as fuck. But I'm going to show you a video that was tweeted from the AVI, which is the India's advocacy page, because I think it's important for us to put into perspective the fact that India is a place where, I said it a while ago, the government passed a law and overnight every vape shop in India was shuttered.
Poof, gone. That's it.
So this is the AVI's tweet. Vapers in India prepare to celebrate World Vape Day on May 30th. Join us in demanding our right to health and choice. And then there's a link to their page. But did I do that right? Let me unshare that real quick and reshare that. I want to make sure I did the click audio. So yeah, let's just listen to some of this.
I am a former smoker who smoked
25 cigarettes,
25 cigarettes,
20 cigarettes,
30 cigarettes,
8 to 10 cigarettes,
15 cigarettes a day for more than
15 years,
28 years,
10 years,
for 15 years,
10 years.
10 years.
It began with a few puffs here and there with friends, but before I knew it, it was a strong, unbreakable habit.
After a while, I noticed that my stamina was going down. I could not jog easily, I could not climb stairs easily. I knew it was hurting me, but I simply could not quit.
And having tried almost every other alternative therapy there is, I chanced upon a vape, and curiosity got the better of me.
I read about this on the internet, connected with people regarding this, and bought my very first vape gear.
It was one of the best decisions I have ever made. Within days of picking up the vape, I had completely given up smoking, and I have never looked back ever since.
Recently, the government of India took a very wrong decision to ban vaping, saying it was promoting smoking amongst the youth.
And despite the mountain of evidence that it was indeed safer than smoking or any other form of tobacco, presented wrong facts to the Indian people.
We need to join hands to fight this ban together. We need you to help us help you.
We need to protect our right to choose and our right to safer alternatives.
The world of vapers are coming together on 30th of May to celebrate the World Vape Day.
Every vapor in India should be proud that they vape, proud that they have picked a safer alternative.
Every vapor in India should pitch in, and the rest of the world get our voices heard.
We are vapers, we celebrate World Vape Day. We have said no to tobacco. Tweet and post messages with these hashtags.
Hashtag World Vape Day, hashtag End Vape Ban, hashtag Tobacco Exposed.
Let's come together and have our voices heard. We owe it to ourselves. It's our right.
So get on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform, but please do.
This is happening on 30th May 2020 and every 30th May hereafter. Join us and register on AVI for more ideas.
Come online to speak to the world on AVI Live. Looking forward to your presence there.
Let us come together. Let us shout out loud and make our presence felt on this World Vape Day, 30th of May 2020 and thereafter.
We are the vapers of India, and we are proud of it. This 30th May, on the World Vape Day, all the vapers around the world and India are uniting. And together, we will be victorious.
I mean,
they're humans just like us. Look at that.
I mean, yes, they're all dudes. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. They're all dudes that smoked that no longer vape because the country fucking took all of their options away. I mean, obviously there was that one dude who had a whole shelf of stuff behind him, but yeah, I mean, either they're in the black market or they're smoking.
Yep. Because
the government put their fucking boot on their throat and said, we're not going to let you vape anymore.
Yep.
Char, I believe it's illegal to sell as well as have because all the vape shops closed. I think the government went and locked them up, locked all the vape shops up.
I don't think it's fines like Australia. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember right off the top of my head. I know that it's illegal.
I think Australia is probably the highest fines in the world.
That's bad. I mean, those are awful. Those are even worse than California.
Yeah.
But I mean, those types of videos are the types of videos and the types of content that you'll see if you follow that World Vape Day Twitter account. But I'm going to check real quick because I could have sworn that I saw that they were going to be doing videos on YouTube from the World Vape Day page or something.
So for lots, like one of the things to think about, I guess, when it comes to it being all men on that video, India is like 80% Hindu, and they may actually have some cultural reasons why women aren't doing such a public broadcast.
Good point.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to share screen this real quick. So they actually do have a YouTube page up for World Vape Day. This is the page I've just I've subscribed. I'm going to set the alerts. So it's just Vape TV / World Vape Day. Y'all need to go and subscribe to this as well. I mean, because there's going to be content. This is live right now. So I'm going to click on this just to see what it does. It's live in 6 hours. So at 5 a.m. my time, in 6 hours from now, they're going to be live.
And you can tweet from YouTube, folks.
Yes.
If you didn't know. So you could even just do that with a hashtag.
You can share this like right now. I can hit share or Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a means to an ends on most of our stuff.
Yeah. So I can just it doesn't. I'm going to stop sharing because the share didn't follow me to the new window.
But I mean, if you're out of words or you're tired or you really don't want to screw with it at that moment, and that's something you want to do real fast, bing, bang, boom, you put a hashtag, you tweet it, you're done. It helps them. And believe me, when we do quit lying, like Bruni said earlier, we owned it. There were people around the world doing it. It wasn't just Kevin and Bruni and Demetrius and Char and and Fig and you. It was a lot of people. So it's a little more aggravating probably for them than anything. But prove us wrong is one way to look at it. Prove yourselves right is another. So they're out of options.
Yeah,
they really are. We're out of time and they're out of options. They don't have anything. They don't. They really don't.
Well,
except power.
I'll get into this in final thoughts. I know that you guys are running against that 2-hour window. So
I said ish.
So I'll say it for final thoughts.
Okay.
And I heard the guy in India say loud. I'm going to say louder.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the same words that we use in America, they are using the same message.
Mexico,
tobacco harm reduction, get louder.
Mexico used "we vape, we vote." Mexico used.
Well, they're a democracy. They vote.
Yeah, they were using it. It made me happy. And Yolanda is right. A long way to go.
What was the THR hashtag?
Say yes to THR.
And I don't want to dwell on, but I'm going to mention Ray's GoFundMe.
Yes.
Which
Do
is
you want to throw that up?
Or give me hold on a second. I'll pop these hashtags up for you so folks can like see it.
Oh, yeah, we already went through that whole page, but yeah.
Well, no, you were just asking about it, so
I forgot it already. I'm old. I told you I got a Q-tip shoved into my brain.
well,
yeah.
hey, that's why I took and wrote those down. So
Yeah.
put those in a note section of your phone or on your computer, and that way they are readily available.
And there's 2 days, like, obviously World Vape Day is tomorrow, and then the next day is World No Tobacco Day or whatever. But we can start stealing those hashtags a day early. We know which hashtags they're going to be promoting: tobacco exposed, World No Tobacco Day, WNTD 2020, as well as World Vape Day, as well as Say Yes to Tobacco Harm Reduction, or THR, as well as what's the other one, Kevin?
World No Tobacco Day?
No. The vapors one.
World Vape Day?
World Vape Day.
Yeah.
Say Yes to THR.
Yeah. Save Ray Yates. I've been using that one.
We're going to save Ray Yates too. We need to say, but yeah, I mean, and I shared I put into our little group chat the post that I wrote on Wednesday or Tuesday about Ray, and somebody posted in the comments, well, what do you want? How do you think we can help them? And I'm like, there's a link right here to the GoFundMe. Can you not understand?
Well, you can lead a horse to water.
Char, I got tested because everybody in my facility had to be tested. It's just the governor of Texas said that everybody that's all the staff and residents of nursing homes need to be tested. So everybody had to be tested. It wasn't like there was a scare or anything. Everybody had to be tested in the building, or that sees patients in the building.
Yeah, no flavor bans. We vape, we vote, or hashtags.
So
this is Ray, of course.
There's Ray, and this is Grimm's tweet.
And this is Grimm's tweet, and I chose this one on purpose. I looked up the hashtag, and the first one that came up was his from the top. And the reason I picked him on purpose is because I didn't retweet him yet. So I can love, and I can retweet with. I'd probably retweet it with a comment, but we can add World Vape Day to this on the top, which
you can say Nova Scotia, and I actually found in mine. I actually found the actual Twitter account of the Nova Scotia Health Group. Needs to learn to say hashtag Say Yes to THR, especially on something. You can figure out a way to work those into your sentences.
Right. So because of the issue of him being in Canada. Which I'm assuming it's showing. Oh, I have to share the other one? Well, that sucks.
Share the other one what?
I thought I could just go to the fundraiser and it will show up on the StreamYard, will it? Or did
No,
it?
because you're clicking out of that window. If you're sharing a Chrome tab,
okay.
When you click on a new thing, it's gonna move it to a new tab.
Okay. So there we go. The fundraiser I linked in there. If you can do, if you can't, that's fine. At least share it from Grimm. The fundraiser itself, I think Ed had one and it got put down. But he's in Canada, so that's a difference in their money and our money and all that. So they know what they're doing, and it took a few days, but that's okay. He like me stopped immediately. I was 48 hours. He was immediate. Here's Ray showing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of signatures. And you can donate. You can share it from that page. You can do whatever you like. I'm not going to go through all the people. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but this is World Vaping. This is him in his country, in Canada. And I know we have people that come in here from Canada. And it's important.
Yeah, it's at NS Health.
At NS Health, yeah. So I don't know the details. I don't know everything about it. I have not emailed or messaged Ray. He's probably got enough in his life going on right now, but I love him dearly. He was part of the reason for THR for Life in the United States. His idea to me when I talked to him, even back in 2014, he I think was my very first Skype with anybody ever, because I didn't know what this stuff was. And he said, Kevin, we need to have an 800 number that people can call and talk to consumers, which was part of the THR for Life goal. But there's a lot of logistics to that, and it looks like we're doing nothing. But son of a bitch, that takes money, and it takes people, and it takes hours, and it takes way more consideration than it sounds on paper. It looked great on paper, and I still believe in it. It's just, it's not impossible. It's just time-consuming and expensive. Yeah, very expensive. And I'll talk to you for a check too, just like Fig. You want to put some money up and help people? Send a check. So anyway, Ray's one of the first few people that I met. Bruni and Alan Beer and a few others. Funny, they were all out of the country, right? But I didn't know Fig. I didn't know Patrick. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know shit. These people were the people that laid my foundation to become louder and become arrogant and aggressive and passionate. And if you don't like me, then
that's okay. That's okay.
Scroll on by. It'll be all right.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, you know,
I've seen some of the most asinine arguments in the last couple weeks about tobacco harm reduction in between advocates.
I got your message today, you cocksucker.
That wasn't me.
Well, that was Fig. Fig, you cocksucker.
But not to be specific, but I have seen several dubious comments by people that should be allies that are lashing out at people, and it's not just that one that Fig brought to your attention. There's another one, and you and I talked about that one when we were talking about it earlier.
Just so you know, that lasted all of, outside of the time I took to scroll through to see if he'd ever promoted his own shit. It was 3 minutes. I'm I busted.
We're not even talking about that one. We're talking about another one
that I brought up.
That you brought up in our group chat. It was a Twitter thing.
Oh,
fuck off, Fig.
So Fig, but it's just annoying as fuck that people that should be standing side by side in the foxhole.
I didn't get involved in that at all because
no,
I don't have time for that shit. That dude, I think instead of having a penis, he's got an innie because he's always doing shit like that. Really good, all right, you're king of the internet today. Fuck off.
So, there's been multiple of that this week. People putting passive aggressive comments on tweets by other advocates that didn't really need to be there.
And
there's just no fucking reason.
The only reason that I shared that with Kevin and Patrick was just to bust Kevin's balls because this guy is an on again, off again friend of Kevin's, and Kevin has to dig deep for his love button. I love him. We got a long history, but I love him. Love him.
Just wanted to see me snap. That's what you want.
So I didn't even show you, Fig. I didn't show you, Fig, the one that Kevin and I talked about earlier. because I'm just like, this is so sad to me that people are doing this to each other.
Yeah, I don't spend much time with those things. I will be.
I didn't comment on it. I just kept scrolling.
I'll say a couple things like when it's pertinent to me, and then even if I'm in the right and they're completely in the wrong, I'll just say okay, and then I'll turn off notifications. And like in the case with this guy that, and look, he probably didn't mean anything, but like I don't have time to like spend jabberjawing, and I just
that particular person, we're not naming names, that particular person is known for being a little bit of an ass and for saying saying those kinds of things to other advocates. He's just known for that. So yeah, he's
it's silly little pissing contests that just ruin it for everybody. That's all.
And there's a reason. I mean, that's one of the reasons why people are getting burnout. People are getting tired of seeing this bitching and moaning against people that should be they should be friends. Even if you can agree 75% of the time, then we can work together. But no, you got these people that have to be. Well, I got a big dick, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to say something that's going to get everybody to go, ooh, fuck that.
What is it kind? Is it necessary? And does it accomplish anything? Or probably the three.
No. You never ask yourself that question. Is it kind?
No, fuck that. Like for Jerry, you mean? No, he's fair game. But if it's another advocate and he or she says, I like the purple mod, I don't see a reason or need for me to go, but the blue one's better. You fucking retard. Let them alone. Let them be. It's a brick wall. For fuck's sake, that's what it is, Fig. It doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares about stupid shit?
Smash your head against that brick wall all you fucking want. And there's no reason.
I put a brick wall on my Facebook and on my Twitter one day, and Fig loved it or liked it or whatever. And I'm like, he's the only motherfucker in the whole country that gets it. Because that's what I'm doing, banging my fucking head against the wall. Or whatever I was referencing at the time didn't matter. But like I've said before, Janice could give a fuck less about you two. And I know Fabi doesn't care about me, and I know your wife doesn't care about me. It doesn't matter. I care about the businesses that are losing their asses while the fucking country and the globe is on fucking fire.
Hey, let me tell you, like one of the things that was remarkable. Like August and I probably drove 75 miles today, and we went past thousands of businesses because we went through the coast, right? Kevin, you were with us a little bit. And then we were downtown San Diego. We were in Ocean Beach, Pacific Beach. A lot of businesses boarded up, and we don't have riots here. It's not because of riots. It's because they're done.
Yeah.
And
that's not just vape shops.
Those boards don't do shit, though, because I actually saw of the aftermath of one of the riots in Minnesota, and the rioters had somehow, I don't know where they got it, thrown a fucking washing machine through one of the boards that had boarded up a store to get inside the store. I'm like, where did you? I mean,
look, you know,
where did that washing machine come from?
you, like me, you probably grew up watching The Incredible Hulk when David Banner, like, he got so angry. I mean, look, I get it, man. You know, there's been a few times where I wanted to say, like, yeah, that's how I feel when I'm doing this. You know, like when there's, 99% of the industry that don't give a shit. And you're trying and trying and trying, and nobody's hearing. Like,
But, I mean, I understand being able to throw it through but where did it come from?
Oh, I don't know.
Where did it come from? I mean, are they driving down the road? Hey, let's take the washing machine. We might need to get into a store. I mean, it was weird. But the other good news, and something that Kevin really wanted to at least share during the show today, that again doesn't directly have anything to do with World Vape Day, but it is ammunition for World Vape Day.
Look, listen, when I started my stupid little blog that nobody reads, I wanted somebody that was smoking to find it. Now it's more of hey, you people in business need to use this for ammunition. It's yet another from January a study. Is it February? February. Oh, I was looking underneath.
That's the EPUB date. This is the actual print pub date.
Okay, so it's recent. A year ago, just like the NASEM freaking thing nobody's paying attention to. Right. Hayek is in there, and there was Dawkins was in there, Louise Ross from the United Kingdom. Those are the ones I know.
I can never say this name.
Gonikuiz? I don't know.
His name is in a lot of shit, or her name, because I can't even tell what this is. MACIEJ. I don't even know how to say that name. But yeah, this is ammunition right here. Boom.
So Kevin doesn't need to come to a meeting unless I'm going to warm a seat. James and I have met here in Ohio, and he hasn't said it, but he hasn't invited me either. Because when you get 3 minutes at the chair or the stand or the mic, I'm going to say you fucking motherfuckers aren't listening to me properly. I have proof that this is safer than smoking, but you're not banning that. My choice for flavors and less harmful alternatives. Here's why. And this one is another survey that they did.
Well, this is a randomized trial of e-cigarette versus nicotine replacement therapy. And this is a New England Journal of Medicine published study. This is an actual study published in January of 2019 on the web. And in February, it actually Valentine's Day of 2019. And there's a bunch of prominent names. I know of 3 or 4 of the names on here. Dawkins, I see a lot. I can't say this. Gonikuiz, Peter Hayek. Louise Ross. This is an actual clinical
trial,
a randomized trial. Just the background is basically e-cigarettes are commonly used in attempts to stop smoking, but evidence is limited regarding their effectiveness as compared to that of nicotine replacement products approved as smoking cessation treatments. And they randomly assigned adults on the UK National Health Service Stop Smoking Services to either use nicotine replacement products of their choice. That was, and there's a video of this. They actually produced a video of this. And interviewed people. I remember this now.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay.
Remember that now?
Yeah.
So they gave them, they divided them up into groups. There was a control group that said keep smoking. They handed the other guys patches. They handed some other guys different method, and then e-cigarettes. There were 4 groups, and it was all random selection, and They were weekly behavioral support for at least 4 weeks. The e-cigarette users were given an e-cigarette starter pack, a second generation refillable e-cigarette with 1 bottle of nicotine e-liquid of 18 milligram per milliliter e-liquid, with a recommendation to purchase further products as needed. And then they sent them on their way a year, right?
No pressure.
Other than the 4 weeks of support that they were given, there was a total of 886 participants. The 1-year abstinence rate was 18% in the e-cigarette group, as compared with 9% in the traditional NRT group. Among participants with 1-year abstinence, those in the e-cigarette group were more likely than those in the nicotine replacement group to use their assigned product at 52 weeks. So they stuck with it, right? The ones that actually were tobacco free,
right?
Were cigarette free.
So it's exciting to me, because if I were a business, I don't know what I'm going to use Mark's list, because he's up in Michigan and I've seen his testimony and he knows what he's talking about. And we had Matt Milby, I think. And his children had testified. I don't expect your kids to do it, but if you're a business owner and you have this type of stuff, it's double the rate. And the 9.9 in this group I disagree with overall because I know it's around 7 or less, but in this group it was 9.9. Maybe they were motivated, maybe they were pushed,
Well,
maybe whatever.
that 4 weeks of support might have been enough.
Right, and that's another case in the points when you walk up to the 3-minute interval of your life to fight for your business, because they want to hear consumers, but they have to hear the idiots that are already pre-negotiating the outcome, and they're saying, well, we don't know enough, we don't have enough research. And then you can walk up as a business and say, they keep telling us that they don't have enough research. They're either ignoring the research or they're not looking for it, because I found this on a consumer site, or I found this on my own, just because I'm a business, and the consumer can use it as well. If you have a well-versed consumer to walk up, and maybe I could be one, but I like to say the word fuck a lot. If I walked up to the mic and said, listen, I'm a consumer and I can find these things, why can't the Heart, Lung, or Cancer Association, who are against less smoking, not find this same exact thing? It's in the New England Journal of Medicine. I don't have a pass to get in there, and I can find this stuff. So,
well, for one thing, you're motivated to find it, and they have no desire
exactly
to find it. But
So-
yeah, it says here, overall throat or mouth irritation was reported more frequently in the e-cigarette group, and nausea more frequently in the nicotine replacement group. The e-cigarette group reported greater declines in the incidence of cough and phlegm production from baseline to 40 or 52 weeks. And they did the nicotine to the nicotine group. Then did so the nicotine replacement therapy people were still getting coffee and phlegmy. Right? That's what that says.
So preconceived
Greater
notions.
declines in the incidence of cough and phlegm production from baseline.
Correct.
Then did the nicotine replacement group. So the NRT people were still coughing every morning. They were still phlegmy every morning.
Yep.
There were no significant difference between each group with the incidence of wheezing and shortness of breath. And the conclusion is that e-cigarettes were more effective for smoking cessation than nicotine replacement therapy when both groups were accompanied by behavioral support. So when you read surveys and studies and stuff in regards to nicotine replacement therapy and smoking cessation, the number one difference between that improves any of them is having a support network, having scheduled support appointments.
Now,
most people don't have that.
I'm going to interrupt that. If you have support, like someone who I've never personally met, but I've listened to Louise Ross a time or three on YouTube and GFN. I think she's been in. She was supporting these people. She was the first one, I think, in the UK. Correct me, somebody, if I'm wrong. Gladly. Who said, no, I'm going to offer these regardless of what the NHS or whatever they are says over there. Their FDA. They said, we don't want that. And she said, yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. And she was the pioneer that I know of in the United Kingdom. So support being, hey, try it. If it works, we're here for you. If you have any questions, not, what do you mean you can't quit? You're going to have to try harder. That's not support. That's gaslighting. Fuck off. So the smoker's immediately going to go, fuck you. So I can't see.
So Yolande has a question. And she says, I did a summer studentship with the Health Research Council of NZ, New Zealand, on the ethics of researchers in vaping, and asked the question, at what point does there isn't enough research become a lie?
There's I would have to dig for it because I don't have it anymore. On my Twitter somewhere, that question with Agent Anya, came up. And we determined, her and I, two consumers who just care about others, found, I think it was Quora or whatever that is. And they averaged 5 years for anything to be out, where they can say, between these professionals, that they can say, okay, Fig, you and I have determined that we've studied this for 5 years and we've come to this conclusion. So how long is too long? I say 5 years based on that only. I don't know. I'm not a pro. she's probably more of a pro than I am.
Well, I mean, the reality is it's kind of like the naked short sales in the stock market. If a company goes bankrupt, those naked short sales don't count. Those books are just simply closed.
Yeah, gone.
And really, when politicians or experts or whatever, they go on and they testify or they speak in front of people and say, well, there's just not enough science. There's no measuring stick. There's no measuring stick for. I mean, that could just be them giving an opinion.
Because we said so.
In my
That's
opinion,
why.
10 years of research is not enough.
You have to understand, though, here in America, the research has to be done in a specific way. It's kind of like the survey, the flavor study that Dr. F did. He had to use FDA software in order for it to count. They have, here in America, they have so many little stipulations that has to fit a certain format, worded a certain way, just to be able to be counted. And so, like actual studies here in America that they being lawmakers, regulators, approved scientists and researchers like Stanton Fuckhead, so the reality is a lot of times these guys aren't lying. When they say there's not enough research to prove what you are saying,
it's all in the wording.
If here's one of the things that kind of like lights my butt on fire a little bit, or however that saying goes. It makes me crazy when I hear people that are in vaping, either at any level. I don't give a shit if you're a consumer with no business interest. When you say Elizabeth Warren's going to look at the science, or Bernie Sanders is going to look at the science, or Biden or Trump or whoever the hell, right? The science that regulators, lawmakers, policymakers otherwise look towards is tobacco regulatory science, the kind of shit the University of California, San Francisco has received tens of millions of dollars to create. University of Texas, University of Tennessee and Oklahoma and Georgia. What's it? Duke University, and there's 14 universities that have received so much money to create tobacco regulatory science. Don't forget, if you have an employee, that employee does what you tell them to. That employee does what you tell them to, or they lose their job, right? And the same with if you hire a company to do if you're in, let's say you're in the cannabis industry, that's highly regulated as far as testing goes. If you go and hire a lab to test your product and they test for pesticide Z, but they're supposed to test for pesticide Y, that test doesn't mean shit. So you tell them, I need you to test for this. That's what they're going to test for. They're not going to go beyond anything else. And what these grants are doing, it's kind of like you've heard Kevin and Patrick more than me talk about the way these surveys are done with youth, where it's, have you tried it in the past 30 days? Well, you're a vapor.
That's habitual use.
But they're the ones that are funding those studies, and therefore that researcher wants to get that grant again, folks. And ordinarily, it's people like Philip Gardner that have been that they've been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years.
And can I ask you a question?
So I mean,
what funds those surveys and those studies? Fig?
Taxes.
From what, Fig?
Taxes.
From tobacco?
It's not just that. Like, the reality is, there's corporate donations that help fund those too, because you have fuck all douchebag corporations like CDC that receives major corporate charitable contributions. I'm blanking on the term they use for it, but like CDC has a litany of corporate allies that are funding CDC. And then like a lot of these places, like, they get major grants. Like, you guys remember the sheep in Pasadena a few years ago, don't be a vaping sheep. Pasadena Public fucking Health got $3 million, right? They got $3 million. You guys have heard me talk about the damn, the program that was running around schools here in California. It's out of the TUPE. It's called TUPE, but it's TUPE program. My son's school for 1 year, his, area, blanking on, the school district got $500,000 to put together anti-vape campaign for 1 year.
Yep.
And that was funded by the CDC and that was funneled through the TUPE program, but the money came from CDC, which probably came from, Johnson & Johnson or Glaxo or, whoever. So,
in fact, Mr. Puff and Stuff Glance was funded with I think it's $20 or $30 million from GlaxoSmithKline.
He's gotten a few of those that size, and here's one of the things that I've mentioned this in other situations, but like one of the things that is a standard contribution is they do the same levels. Like if Glance got $20 million in 2013, they'll do $20 million again in 2015, and then another one in 2017. And that way, like, beyond other rationale, like one of the things is you hear about this university getting $20 million and you're like, oh, well, that was for the past like 13 years. It's like these bailouts. Like, you go back to 2009. How many bailouts were there at 700 million or 700 billion rather? There were 4, but each one was the same amount of money. So people think it was just once. Anyway, I've got to run. I was going to come on for like a half hour, 4 or 5 minutes, but I've got to run. The boy and I, we're going to try to get a movie in tonight, but really,
yeah, I just sent you a message. I sent a message saying to get out of the weeds.
So hey, look, my final thoughts are real simple. Kevin kind of triggered me earlier when he made the comment about our time is short here, theirs is not. Understand. Yes, our time may be short. Their time may be short too. The reality is once we are done, they've got no need to like keep pushing on vape, right? Not in real terms. But I'll tell you what I think is going on. They've been putting on extra pressure as, and this is one of the many things, but there's a lot of things that, were mandated against tobacco, 10, 20 years ago. One of those things is cigarette pack warnings. And this is one of the reasons that they are coming really hot and heavy against us. Not because of PMTA or anything like that, but they are under the gun. And I think that, like, when you look back, Tobacco Control Act, what was it, 2009? The Family, what was it called? Family Smoking Act. What?
Smoking and Child Prevention Act. Yeah.
2009. And in
really
that,
long name.
A bunch of things that was set. And they sat on their laurels. And remember, these are major companies with major tentacles. It takes them a while to catch on. And then around 2015, that's when they really start cottoning on to like how big this thing is. So they've been playing catch up. Right now, the smoking graphic warnings. They just got extended by 120 days. It's now October. I think it's October of 2021. They've got a very short amount of time to get rid of as many vape companies as possible. Because once America sees that little boy on oxygen and that guy with his chest ripped out and these other things, and oh, by the way, we talked a couple weeks ago, I think we did at least, I talked about it in my head at least, you know, the UK just banned menthol cigarettes. Menthol cigarettes banned effective May 20th. The writing's on the wall, and these organizations, they're really going to come hot and heavy. And this, for me, it just makes me want to like go deeper and harder and do as much as we can. And I'm really excited about World Vape Day, and I hope that you all participate. You know, go into Twitter, search for that hashtag. I was doing it a little bit ago. There's some India's posting, New Zealand's posting, there's Latin America's posting. It's pretty cool. So anyway, thanks again, fellas. Thanks for everybody that chimes in too.
Well, enjoy your film with Augie. Don't tell him I called him that. He'll get mad at me.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Be good. Actually, there was one more piece that I wanted to share, Kevin.
Okay.
Because of World Vape Day and what it is, it's an international celebration. It's an international day of awakening of trying to get smokers into vape shops, to get people off of cigarettes, to interface and interact with politicians, policymakers, and the media and everybody else. I saw this piece in one of my news scrounges, and I saw this, and it made me take a double take. Like I was like, "What is this?" And I opened it, and this is actually a piece from the Jerusalem Post, which is an Israeli newspaper, and the headline kind of got me so that I went and opened it, and the headline is "Buying your first vape? Here's what you need to know." People choose to vape for a variety of reasons, including as a replacement for smoking traditional cigarettes. And then I started scrolling through. And obviously there's ads here, but it says here, there are many potential benefits from vaping. And it just jumped on me. There are many potential benefits of vaping. The most common one is that it's relaxing. People choose to vape for a variety of reasons, including as a replacement for smoking traditional cigarettes. If you've decided to give vaping a try, no matter the reason, you are likely overwhelmed by all the choices out there. Getting the best experience out of your vape relies on choosing the right one. So use this handy guide to help you find the best one for your needs or wants and needs. And it goes through. There is it is a very good explanation of what's out there. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it talks about box mods. Your starter pack. There's a starter vaping pack is ideal for beginners. And then it goes in and explains box mods, pod kits, tube mods, mech mods. Mech mods are designed for advanced vapors. Don't choose this method if you've never vaped before.
Well, that'll start an argument in most circles.
Squonk mods. Are mods or pods better for beginners? It goes through. What about juice? It explains that. The bottom line, vaping can be a nice alternative to traditional cigarette smoking and may be a healthy choice, a health-conscious choice for you. When you're new to vaping, a starter pack is an easy way to learn what you're doing and figure out what aspects of a vape device are important to you. Learning to vape isn't too hard, but it pays to put in the research and the time to be sure you're getting as much out of it as you can. That starts with choosing the right device. Good luck. This is an actual news piece in the Jerusalem Post. This is not, some anti-vaping crap put on by Bloomberg. This is an informative thing, well written, step-by-step instructions.
How did it slip through?
I saw this and I was like, what the, I have to,
Wow.
and this is from May 25th. So it's only, a couple days old.
Yeah.
But something like this, sharing this.
Yeah.
As a World Tobacco World Vape Day tweet. Drive, we want to drive traffic to the people that are doing good things. The Jerusalem Post is one of those places that we should be saying, hey, you know what? They published a good piece about vaping that it doesn't profess a whole bunch of stuff. It's basic stuff. Research what you're looking at. Buy what you need. Don't, it's a good piece. So, yeah, I saw that and I was like, damn, guys, I have to bring this up. Right.
Very, very far and few between. I like John's comment. Happy World Vape Day, Fig. And the same to you. And the same to you, Patrick.
Well, yes, thank you. Yeah. World Vape Day is the next 2 days, technically. I mean, we need to be, I can't press this hard enough. We need to be going to, I'm going to share it again on screen just so that everybody, I got to refresh that.
Every day is World Vape Day.
Should be. So this is, the website. This is the World Vape Day website. It's worldvapeday.org.
Yep.
We already showed this on screen, but I'm showing it again. There's a lot of information on here. You can use all these little factoids in creating your content and creating your tweets. It's giving you that information. There's a participate tab. Obviously, we showed this earlier. I'm going to quickly show it again. They even, like Kevin might not be a big fan of this, but if you can't think of something else to say.
Oh, no, I am. I am a big fan for anybody.
Use these 5 basic tweets. They made it super simple. Just click on the tweet and hit tweet. Click on the tweet and it'll populate on your Twitter account, and then you can tailor it if you want to. They're giving you starting points. They're giving you instructions. They're giving you step-by-step help. There's a video telling you how to create a Twitter account, how to get started. For the Twitter pros, there's talking points.
This is one of those things I go, damn, I wish I'd have thought of that.
And, they're giving you the names of important groups that you can follow to participate, because we want you to retweet, we like likes. When you go on Twitter and somebody has liked your tweet, it feels good.
That's right.
But the purpose of this is to go viral, is to get as many people mentioning those hashtags as possible. To do that, you have to hit this button. You have to hit the retweet button.
And that is important. Your tweet right below that is an example of what I don't always do myself, but like to see, because you're not the arrogant smartass that I am, and that's okay. You can be, and I know you can be, but you choose a different method when you're tweeting most of the time. You're trying.
I think this is pretty sarcastic.
It is, but it's well thought out. For the fact part is important to the person viewing it. I've said this 1,000 times in my life. Dr. Glover, who made us look like school kids or church boys, choir boys, had her mind changed by consumers because she was against, I don't know how deeply, but was against vaping, period. And she, if you don't know who Dr. Glover is, get on Twitter, find her.
It's one of our best shows, too.
Follow her ass. Because shitbot or something. I can't remember what she said, but
shit.
Bot shit. But she has, and Jim McManus is another one who's over in England, and he changed his mind. His blog is How I Changed My Mind on E-Cigarettes. It's very important for the professionals who are possibly on a fence. I know you're fucking with Jerry. Drink for the the hanger-on guys and girls. But you're saying it's 95% safer. Well, we can debate that with Dickhead that we talked about earlier. It could be higher, but it's vastly more successful than an RT, which we already damn well know. It's less habit forming. I won't go into the addictive part, but it's easier to quit than smoking. Period.
And that last point was punctuated with the results from this latest study. That was the whole point of this, is that e-cigarette use may be increasing, but the conclusion was it's less likely to lead to a long-term habit.
Yes. Because
it's easier to quit. Vaping does not contain all of the additional addiction magnifiers,
right?
The enhancers
Good
that
word.
Cigarettes have.
Very good word.
So
constituents, whatever you want to call
it. I mean, cigarettes include enhancers,
sugars
that make them more addictive.
Ammonia. I can go on for days.
There's MAOI content in there, and if you don't know what MAOIs are, look it up. The government gives them a threshold of how much of that chemical is allowed to be in the cigarettes. And MAOIs, they tickle that pleasure center in your brain, and that make you want to do it more.
Fun fact, they're supposed to, because of the 2009 Act, Tobacco Act, Family and Smoking Act, whatever it is, they're supposed to give a list of ingredients, and to my knowledge, they've yet to do so. The actual list of ingredients.
No, they're never going to do that.
Never found it. But anyway, I don't hate smoking.
And this is actually published by the Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center.
I'll be damned. Where's that from again? New York, right? That's here in the United States. Yeah.
So, I mean, this content, I'm almost 99 to 100% positive I will be reusing this tweet tomorrow.
Jesus, you just read my friggin' mind. Cut it out.
I mean, I can literally do this or go over here and copy the text.
Yep.
I can do this and copy the text and just repopulate in a new field, remove the Jerome Adams crap because he's already gotten this tweet, and add World Health Organization, a framework convention on tobacco control, add the hashtags that I want to include, and reuse this exact tweet. We just talked about reusing existing information, existing content. I can scroll down and probably use a bunch of my, well, not the face mask stuff, because obviously the face mask stuff, but, and these are all tweeting at the Surgeon General about the show. I can't use that, but you get the idea. You can reuse content that you've already created in a new way. And obviously a lot of these, this one I liked. It's funny, Surgeon General, you embrace harm reduction of hand washing, social distancing, masking, but will not acknowledge tobacco harm reduction miracle, blah, blah, blah. That one was good. But there's another one. Where did I put that one? Oh, yeah. No. This one was good. But this one is my favorite one of the week.
Tweet of the week. All right.
This is my favorite tweet of the week from me. Wearing a face
arrogant,
mask.
self-centered prick.
Well, you can pick your favorite tweet of yours. Wearing a face mask only became important to Jerome Adams, the Surgeon General, when someone told him that it would protect him if other people wore one. Not public health, Jerry health. Past time for POTUS to fire the SG.
Fire the SG, fucking motherfuckers.
Jerry health. I just love that one. Jerry health was very important. Yeah. This was a good question, though. He never answered my question, though. Which pharma company are you going to work for when you leave office? So
they all do. Every fucking one.
Well, I don't know what happened to Vivek. I've seen him on TV once, and that was just recently on the COVID thing, but
Anne, Agent Anya, and I saw something sideways in a rabbit hole that found me, Tom, whatever the fuck his name is from the CDC.
Friedkin?
Fruden, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Freudenscheid, whatever his name is. And he was going to Vital Strats, which was Bloomberg funded.
Mm-hmm.
And I emailed her and I said, I know where he's going. And she said, good find. Not that it mattered, but to me and her it did.
Am I showing Logan?
Yeah. I figured I'd end with a different thing. So if I'm scrolling, can I scroll? Is that
You
scrolling?
can scroll. Yeah.
Okay, that's scroll. This is my grandson, for those of you who don't know. His name is Logan. And with other things that I don't really want to discuss on this show, things are going on in the freaking world that besides COVID that are just infuriating. But I have this small child in my life now. And I've had 2 boys. I've had other children around me all my life. I've been around kids forever. Brothers, sisters, that kind of thing. They're kids. So what I wrote was for the listeners, when a child begins pointing things out and becomes curious, you have a responsibility to explain in their terms answers to their questions. While Logan is younger, smaller humans around us are watching adult actions and, importantly, reactions to various things going on in our lives with an upfront and personal perspective. Kneel or crouch down to their physical level, bring them up to your bring them up eye to eye to yours if you need to. And talking with them, you may learn a thing or two. I should have put yourself after that. The point of that, in my opinion, is if you're tweeting to something, or you're tweeting World Vape Day, and someone like Dr. Glover a few years ago doesn't understand what you're tweeting, and you're just saying, fuck the Surgeon General, you're really not going anywhere. If you say what I said earlier, if I don't know what to say, I can put World Vape Day and then World No Tobacco Day at the same time. And I can put there is research on less harmful alternatives and use ecigaretteresearch.org, tag Dr. F if you like, and run that. And then someone like Dr. Glover, who I am a fanboy of, sorry, Demi, and sorry, Fig's hair, but I love me some Dr. Glover. They will look at that in a different light, in my opinion, if you happen to catch them. Those people that are on the fence are who we're looking for. The smokers are going to be smokers either way. If I was still smoking and I tried this and it didn't work, I probably wouldn't have tried it again. That's the way it is. But it did. So that becomes a pseudo miracle for some and a real one for others. So, and I believe those who say so. Grumpy Grampy Kevin, Bruni says. But I'm looking at it from a child's point of view. How do they know unless you tell them? They don't know what's right or wrong when they're that age. He's a small child. He doesn't understand why. If I start yelling, and I've noticed yelling a couple times from my son, louder than normal, the child looks at it as a competition. Now it's a competition. He doesn't know why you're yelling at him. He doesn't understand what he's being yelled at about. And he's like, woohoo, we're going to start yelling now. So then it turns to crying, or it turns to, anger, or it turns to sadness, depression. Wherever it ends up going isn't as good as sitting down saying you can't have a lollipop until you eat your supper, or whatever your rule is. They have to know the guidelines. So the public health, in my opinion, are like small children. Some of them, not all. Present company excluded.
I'm a big child.
For who? Well, I'm 6. So when you tell them in their terms, wait a minute, there is research. They don't need to battle you with it. You just showed them what it is. The National Academy of Science and Medicine, or whatever, an NASAM report is from January 2018. It's fodder. It's ammunition. Show that stuff. That's one of the first ones I did yesterday on the WNTD, whatever, 2020. I showed my clip of that. Now, tomorrow I'm going to use the actual thing so they can go straight to it. But on my meme, it has a a link at the bottom, which is a pain in the ass for anybody in a hurry. So I don't want you to treat them like they're kids unless they become somebody like Ruth, who is a child like Alice. Because Bruni has convinced me, and so did Anne, that she was not all she pretended to be. She's very wishy-washy. She'll never make a decision true to form in tobacco control that will help smokers. She wants to eliminate tobacco. Bullshit. That's not going to happen. That will never fucking happen ever in our lives. Never. Never in my lifetime. Maybe in Logan's. But my final thought is continue to be loud if you can. Encourage others if you can. Stop getting in the middle of all the stupid ass battles we discussed earlier. Although they are amusing to me to some extent, I'm not feeding into your stupid bullshit most of the time because it's not productive. And if you see me disappear, you know I'm going to take Logan to the zoo, and that's where I'll be if you're ever curious. And I just go away, which I'm not going anywhere. But
you're going to go to the monkey house.
I'm going to go see Glance and Simon Chimpman and look, there's Professor Glance.
He'll be looking at you. He'll be looking at any woman's breast that walk by.
Possibly. I hope not. But that's my general final thoughts. Other than have a great vape day tomorrow, World Vape Day, and I love every freaking one of you. You know I do, whether I like you or not.
Yeah,
especially Bruni.
You just like his beard. You like Fig's hair and Bruni's beard.
Oh, so I'll shut up.
He likes his hairy men.
That's right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a couple points. I want to reiterate, and we showed Ray Yeats the GoFundMe on the screen a while ago. It's very important for us to help each other when we can. Nobody's saying you got to go empty your bank account and help this man. If you got $5, give him $5. If you don't have $5, you can still share the GoFundMe. You can share his story on your Facebook. You can share his story on Twitter. Get it out there because other people might be interested. We need to help this guy because I said it last week. I'll say it again. There is no more awful way to die than gasping for air. I mean, literally. And that's where each and every one of us could have ended up if we hadn't found vaping. That's where every smoker that's still smoking is headed if they don't find vaping. I showed the India video a while ago showing all those passionate Indian vapors just wanting to be able to be legal in their country because it is illegal to purchase vapor products in India right now. You can't even import into India. It is illegal. Think about that. I mean, we feel like we have it bad here, and we will if we don't win at the end of the day. We will be where India is now with no or few choices. And we're a country that loves choices. We're a community that's built on the fact that this technology is designed to give people choices. And those choices are being stolen away all over the world. So this World Vape Day and, World No Tobacco Day, which we're going to steal, that's at its core is getting smokers off of cigarettes and onto vaping. It's about celebrating the victories that we have won, that we have made the choice that in our personal lives, we have won the battle against cigarettes. We use these instead of smoking. We need to make sure that they don't take this away. I have this. I've developed a network of people to be able to continue to get this. But everybody doesn't have those options. We need to not only plan for victory, but also think about what are we going to do to help smokers when they slam the hammer down on us, when the gates are locked? How are we going to get around or over those gates? How are we going to be able to save smokers after this? So are we going to be the resistance? Are we going to be here helping people not die tomorrow? That's my goal. That's my plan. If we lose and we're stuck and we are the black market, how do we continue to do this? Because we're not going anywhere. Tomorrow, I need everybody right now, because right now it is here where I'm at right now. It's 5:30. It's May 30th, right here, right now in Texas. I'm going to end this show. Follow me over to Twitter and you'll start seeing me tweet stuff. Before I go to sleep, I'm going to put a couple tweets out. Everybody that's here in the show right now, whether you're in Australia with Bruni and Lutz is in New Zealand, we've got Shannon, we've got Ron, we've got all these people in the chat room right now. Kevin Crowley, we need to be tweeting now before we go to sleep. When we wake up tomorrow, after you've done your normal morning rituals, you need to grab your phone and start tweeting. Go to your computer and start tweeting. Make sure that this opportunity is not missed. We need to make sure that we put this out there. I'm waving my hand with my mod in my hand. This is important. Do not rest on your laurels. Do not fall asleep to the fact that this World Vape Day is an important opportunity. And I'm sorry, but I saw Demetrius say in the chat room a while ago, it's going to be the same 15 to 30 people that are always active on Twitter being active on Twitter. We can't do that. Every one of you has Twitter followers, whether that's 10 people or 300 people or 3,000 people. You need to make sure that the people that you interact with on Twitter, on Instagram, if you use Instagram, on TikTok or whatever the fuck it's called, you need to be getting people active. If you're on Discord, that's a perfectly acceptable place to start spreading the hashtags. Get people active, get people excited, and get people educated on the fact that they've been programmed to believe that this product is more dangerous than smoking. They don't want people to quit smoking. And if they do quit smoking, they only want them to quit smoking using the methods that they have deemed appropriate. If you don't think that that is a form of control, you're wrong. They are programming your brain. They are programming the general public's brain to believe a lie. And they're controlling you through your wallet, through your insurance, through all of these things to make you use products that they know are failures. We showed you the numbers. Vaping is more successful at getting people to quit smoking than NRT. And they will not acknowledge that. So anyway, have a great weekend. Tomorrow, be active on Twitter. Sunday, be active on Twitter. You can rest your Twitter thumbs on Monday. But for the next 2 days, y'all need to be putting calluses on your thumbs. Just like this. Getting out the word. Those hashtags need to be viral. We need to be on the top of the World No Tobacco Day. When we do a search on Sunday, we need to have control of that hashtag. So be good. Kevin's already put his little heart out there. He loves you. I don't love. I'm just joking. I love you guys. Be good. Kevin, don't laugh at me being mean to the people.
Bastard.
Night night.
Night.